Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Storm King's Thunder here on Proficiency Bonus. I am your merciful and humble and compassionate DM for this evening, and I'm just so stoked that you guys are here to join us to adventure with us and to have a good time. But first of all, I just wanted to say a quick thank you to Team MZ for all your support and all your help. If you are a small streamer like we are, and you're looking for some help when it comes to just getting your name out there and getting some help, some feedback, and some things like that, go ahead and check them out. They're on Twitter. They're also on Facebook. Matthew, I think they have a website as well. Am I right?
I actually don't know. Everything I've dealt with them through is through their Google Docs to apply to be a member of the team, as well as through their Twitter. Yeah, it's a great community to be a part of. So
yeah, they. I've dealt with them mainly through Twitter. So, and they're it's a great support group. So if you're interested in becoming a member, I just go check them out, man. It really helped us out. So we just want to thank everybody with Team MZ. And also thank you for tuning in this evening, and all those who voted online on our Twitter account for a viewer decision. We picked up 11 followers on Twitch, so we actually have 2 viewer decisions that are going to be taking place tonight. One, our characters will kind of stumble upon as they go through their journey through Nightstone here. The other one will happen kind of towards our break, about halfway through. So, but before I want to get started, I wanted to do a quick recap of what happened for our adventurers last time that we were all together. We had to take a week off last week, but Matthew ran an excellent one-shot. We would apologize for all the Twitch issues that we had that evening. For some reason, technology just doesn't like to be our friend some days. So I just wanted to apologize for all of that. But anyway, last time that we were here, our adventurers received an interesting summons, a call for help. The summons was from a young lady named Lady Velrosa Nandar, who's basically the High Lady of Nightstone, which is a small kind of outpost village near the Ardeep Forest. It was more of a distress kind of thing because they're struggling with their relationship with the wood elves from the neighboring forest. Apparently, there's been a lot of conflict as people are going into the Ardeep Forest, searching the different elven ruins, and also going on hunting parties and things of that nature. I'm trying to get all your videos to pop back up, guys, so bear with me. And
no worries, I'll try reconnecting mine.
Good. And the Wood Elves have been having a problem with this. About a year ago, there was a serious conflict where the Wood Elves actually attacked the town of Nightstone, killing Dreslin Nandar, leaving Lady Velrosa to kind of rule Nightstone on her own. And she is seeking some help. She is seeking some people who can come to her aid and just be somebody to just be diplomatic between the two, somebody that can be a mediator between the two parties to kind of ease over some of the bad blood and some of the tensions in Nightstone. Our characters met through the Temple of Elmater in Daggerford. The High Priest Dorn Amblecrown thought highly of 3 individuals in particular. Moby, our forest gnome paladin. We've got Callista, who kind of serves as the guide for the group, and also Diana, who is a cleric of Ilmater. And we have 2 other tag-along gnomes that are kind of brought on this adventure by Moby, and I'll let them kind of explain that in just a little bit. I don't want to take that away from them. I'm going to let them have the opportunity to explain that. The summons came to these individuals to reach out to this this Lady Velrosa Nandar to help and aid in this conflict with these elves. They took the trip up there by buggy. Were dropped off at about 10 miles outside of the town, and they made their way quickly towards the town. When they approached, they started to hear the sounds of a ringing bell. To them, it sort of raised an alarm, so they sped up, made it to Nightstone, only to discover that the town has been basically abandoned. There has been boulders just crashed down on many of the buildings that are inside. The keep itself is half collapsed, and when they entered through the already lowered drawbridge to the Nightstone, they encountered two Worgs, some very large wolves, and also kind of stirred up some interesting small creatures who some of you would probably know or recognize them as goblins. That seem to be a little disturbed that you guys were destroying their mounts in the way that you were creatively destroying them using a fiery grease puddle in our last episode. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of turn it over to everybody else to kind of describe their... Last week we had some technical difficulties at the beginning of the stream, so it was hard for people to hear what characters they were actually playing. During the stream, you'll also see that I've got some small character sheets that way up in the top of the screen that are going to keep on kind of rotating throughout the evening. So it's other way. There you go. There you go. So they're going to keep rotating. They have little images of the characters so you can see what they look like. Also, some of their interesting statistics on how they built their characters. So we're going to start with Matthew. If you could kind of explain your character from just like a short description, and also give us a description of what Muffin actually looks like. All right, Matthew, are you muted?
That would be a yes. It could be one of those nights. So once more, my name's Matthew. I play the role of Muffin Zodnik Amarantos Wizspindle Greeneast, the current patriarch of the Greeneast clan of gnomes. Just over 3 feet tall, stark white hair on the sides, bald on top, much like myself. Tends to be dressed in very simple gray robes, walks with a quarterstaff with a crystal on the top of it, coming along to see how two of the younger members of his distant family are making do in their journeys.
Awesome. Great. Thank you for that, Matthew. Also, we're going to go back to... it looks like Zos is trying to get her camera working again. So we're going to go over
again and again.
We're going to go over to JJ. If you could go ahead and explain, introduce Moby for us.
Hey, everyone. I'm JJ. I am playing the Forest Gnome, Moby Jez Arxon Zedbert, Glitzbit Du Tonk Grill Spangle Fidget. That is a bloody mouthful, I can tell you that now. Yes, I'm one of the gnome trio. Unfortunately, I got them mixed up in this business, so yeah, they're with me, so I apologize in advance for anything they may do. As far as Moby goes, he's very small, as gnomes are. His biggest, most defining feature is his bright red-orange hair that kind of sticks up like a troll doll.
Good movie.
He's very warm, very comfortable-looking face. His fashion sense leaves something to be desired. He's got these patches of bright-colored objects kind of all sewn together, and pinks and greens and blues. And it's an oddity to look at. And that's all for now.
Awesome. Thanks, JJ. Next, we're going to go over to MG. If you could explain to everybody, give everybody a little bit of description of what Lachlan is like.
Sure, absolutely. So I'm playing Lachlan Namfoodle Felser Slinkbetter Stephen Greeneast, the gnome. You might call him a rogue. I think he thinks of himself more as someone who is like a specialist in jobs that require finesse and discretion. That's how he kind of feels about it. His kind of less than savory behavior has drawn the attention of Muffin, his great-grandfather, and Moby over there, who's a distant cousin, and they've kind of brought him along on this expedition of theirs. He's shown a bit of enthusiasm in combat, despite having to kind of walk around in nature, which in his city upbringing is unusual for him. Lachlan's sort of typically gnomish in stature, kind of wiry, wears pretty dark clothes, kind of has like dark wild hair, and his eyebrows move a lot when he talks.
Awesome, thanks. Next, we'll go ahead to Christy until we can get see if we can get Zos back in here. But go ahead and Christy, if you could introduce Callista to everybody.
Hi guys, I'm Christy Mysticwater, and I'm playing Callista Horncrow. She's a shorter half drow elf, so she has purple skin with like shoulder length platinum silver hair. She has multiple piercings in her left ear, and there's a silver crescent moon hanging from it on a silver chain. She also has a feline type druid vined necklace that she uses as her druid totem. And she wears simple dark green leather armor, long black hooded cloaks that she uses to hide her face a lot. She doesn't like being seen. She's kind of a nomad, a runaway, and she's more inclined to be friends with animals over people. So she's got a bit of a guarded personality towards other humanoids. And that's Callista.
Awesome. Thank you. Zos, are you on the Discord with us?
Yes, I am. I still have voice. I just don't have video because screw me, I guess.
Go ahead and it's trying.
Oh, there we go.
It's coming back.
It's trying.
We gonna see if it works, but it's certainly trying.
It's trying. Well, if you want to go ahead and just if you want to describe Diana for us.
Okie dokie, well, hello, I'm Zosmos. Even if y'all can't see me, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. I play Diana, who is a half-elven cleric, and she's a very reserved personality. She worships Ilmater, and that's who she serves. And right now, she's on like her own spiritual path to like rediscovering her connection with her deity after some troubled times that she's had. And yeah, she has like long black hair with 2 white streaks going through it, and she's kind of like, she's very short for an elven woman. She's like 5'2", but you know, tall among the gnomes, and and just like a general like white and gold and green aesthetic going on in her armors and in her cloak and everything. And that is her. She's got green eyes. There we go. Done. Check.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for that. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry for the technical issues last week. It seems like every week we have technical issues, though, so it's all good.
We'll work through them.
We'll get them figured out one of these days.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah. We're newbies.
Yeah.
Newbies in the tech world here. So, but for those of you watching, we're just glad that you're here, and we are going to kind of dive back into the story, and kind of get right to it. Last we left off, our heroes had nice. Hey, your background isn't noble, is it? Come on, man.
No, but it will be now.
We're not worthy.
Awesome. They had our adventuring party had a huge task ahead of them as they started stumbling into Nightstone and realized there were these 2 giant wolf creatures called Worgs that were just gnawing on what appeared to be maybe a corpse of a simple house pet from the village. Diana, trying to be stealthy, made more noise than she apparently realized, drawing the attention of the Worgs. But through some creative and problem solving for the situation, I guess, Muffin created a pile of grease on the ground, and Moby was able to draw them close by putting a giant chicken leg, a minor illusion, into the grease, causing the creatures to charge and slip on the grease. And then Callista used her druid craft to creatively ignite the grease, And grease fires are crazy. So that grease is probably still burning. Using creative ways, they were able to defeat the Worgs, and due to Lachlan's just pinpoint accuracy with his short bow, he was able to put down the goblin riders of these two beasts in the center of town. But at that point, the adventurers were out of combat, and they wanted to discuss, find out more information about this ringing bell that just kept on going throughout Nightstone from the nearby temple. So I'm going to go ahead and start ringing that bell on the stream for us again.
I can hear it now.
All right.
Yay!
If it goes as long as it did last week, you're gonna.
I don't have to pretend anymore. Oh, wait.
Matthew, can you try to reconnect your video for us?
Oh, I dropped out again. Yeah, let me.
Yeah, we've got Zos now, but now we're missing you.
Yay!
There you
Might as
go.
well reset everything.
Musical chairs, but video.
Yeah.
So let's
gonna
dive right
win.
in. So the story's told, Callista is actually the first of the adventurers to kind of approach the temple door. And as she kind of cautiously approaches, you do realize, Callista, that the temple doors are actually hanging wide open.
Oh.
And you can see inside. There's some, now that the sun has kind of gone down, the moonlight is starting to cast light over the village, and it's been raining the last couple of days, but it seems like the clouds have seemed to clear up, so there's a lot of moonlight shining down. It's a little bit easier for you guys to see. You can see that the moonlight is shining through some stained glass windows from the side of the temple, casting these different cascading colored lights into the structure itself as you approach. Other than the loud ringing bell, everything seems to be relatively quiet inside as you approach the open doors.
Yeah, I want to look in. It's already open. It's not locked.
Yeah, absolutely. The door's just hanging wide open.
Yeah, I want to stick my head in.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check for us.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's, some of the corners are relatively dark because the stained glass moonlight isn't kind of getting there, but you can see on the far wall, several feet ahead of you, you can see that there is is kind of like a crude wooden pulpit on the far
Crude
wall.
what? A pocket?
A pulpit. Like where
What's
a priest would stand to like give a sermon or something like that.
Okay.
It's a little bit elevated. There's some wooden steps that lead up to it. Other than that, the room is really empty. On the sides where the stained glass windows are, a little bit lower, there are some wooden benches, almost kind of like if the elderly came to worship and they needed a place to sit down. This is where they would sit.
If I look up, is there like a second floor? Like, is there stairs or anything to get up?
No, it's just a really large vaulted ceiling, and the ceiling isn't like there's no like. It's almost like you can see like all the beams of the ceiling. In the top, but it doesn't seem to have. In this room, you don't seem to see any second story here. But you can see that they're back beside the pulpit. There is what looks to be, from what you can tell with your perception check, it looks like almost like another doorway back there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way in and motion for the others to follow me.
Okay.
I follow.
Because we gotta
Alright.
find that bell person.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going in too.
Okay. I am gonna go
Right along in
ahead.
there.
I'm gonna go ahead and move you guys.
Okay.
So just bear with me a second, because I've got to move you over to the area that shows the inside of the temple. I'm gonna move you first, Callista, and get everybody else moved over. It's gonna take me just a second. You're gonna move to your right on the screen.
Oh, Okay.
Do you see yourself now?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna move Diana second. It's just taking me a little bit of time. I'm just gonna move you guys over there, so you can kind of see what the inside of the temple looks like. So if I can move, I'm gonna try to move Lachlan and Muffin at the same time here.
Ooh.
Oh!
Drag
So is
you
this
guys
the
over.
door?
The door that you guys are standing next to is the front door where you guys walked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The other
yeah,
door.
That's the other door that you can kind of see back in the back. And now I gotta move Moby. Oh, come on, Moby.
Yes.
Dragging you around here on the map. All right, we've got Moby in there too. All right, do you guys got visual on that?
Yeah, we're good.
No, can I get pinged to where the map is?
Sure, I'll shift ping you. Absolutely.
Yay! Thank you.
You got it. I've shift pinged right on your token, so you should be good.
Okie dokie.
But yeah, back here, Callista, this seems like another doorway back here in the back. This is the pulpit that I was talking about, just made out of wood.
Okay.
It has some steps, a few steps that just enough to elevate somebody if they were, preaching a sermon or there for certain rituals or rites that they could be seen and heard.
All right. I'm gonna go up to the door. I'm not gonna touch it, but I'm gonna look for traps.
Okay. Go ahead and, since you're actively searching, go ahead and make a second perception check, this time with advantage.
Okay.
Oh, nice. So you said you can hear your sounds?
Yep.
Okay, here's what you hear, okay?
Okay.
As you're approaching the door. What you notice, because your awesome perception check is you're looking around for traps and things like that, you do notice that the door is ajar. It's open just the slightest bit. And this is what you hear.
Oh fuck. No.
My God, it's the Gremlins.
Hey, that's what I thought too.
So before you even get to the door, that's the sound that you hear kind of coming from that door.
Okay, I'm gonna double back and let them know that we have more goblins. We're not done yet.
There are more goblins?
Yeah, I think so. They're pretty noisy in there. I don't know if they're the ones ringing the bell just to troll us or what.
Should we perhaps try to speak with them and find out what happened here? Could we?
We could try.
We could
I'd be willing to do that if you wanted to.
Does anyone speak Undercommon?
Oh, dang.
I don't.
I'm
I
trying to
speak
remember.
Infernal
No, I do not.
So violence it is. Let's go.
No translator? Okay, I guess we're going in. Jesus. Okay.
That just sums up the
Does
word
anyone know?
perfectly.
Do those Cretans speak Common, perhaps?
We could try.
We could.
We'll go in, say a few words, and see what happens. Just be ready.
But I will do no such thing. I will stay back here and prepare to aid if is needed.
Yeah, how about we send a person and their buddy up, and those two will try and, speak. And if it goes badly, then they have a friend who can fight with them. And then the other ones can rush in.
Anyone decent at persuading people?
I'm I'm good at it. I've got a high charisma.
Should Team Tall
Something. Yep.
head?
Team Tall, handle
Alright.
it.
Great idea.
Muffin's going to turn and look over at Lachlan and Moby. It seems we're dealing with some sort of sizist cult here as well. And he is not being quiet about saying that at all.
Callista rolls her eyes and goes back up to the door.
Often you need to be
that's not
more
what we
careful about
meant.
what you say in front of people we don't know.
Perhaps we should be team half elven instead.
I ignore that and motion for Diana to come up with me.
Okay, I scamper forward.
Okay. Are you able to control your token there, Diana?
Well, the screen just froze, so
Okay.
not presently.
Okay, I'll see if I can grab it and move it over.
Thanks.
All right.
And
It's not
The
awkward
door
that this
that they're-
happens all the time.
The door is
the door
slight-
that they're going to is literally the one right in front there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Then, as they're walking up, Mulfin's going to take a one step, southward on the map to line up in case something happens. So he's got some sort of a line of sight there.
Okay. And Callista and Diana, as you approach, you do see, I mean, the door is ajar. It's slightly open. You could possibly take a peek inside.
Okay. Should we just, take a little, like, one eye in the door socket thing? In the doorknob?
We're running out of options here, so yeah, let's just look in.
Let's go. Because I have, like, no spells.
Okay.
Me neither.
Who's gonna look in? Whoever looks in, go ahead and make me a stealth check.
That didn't go so well for me last time. So, Callista. Callie.
All right. All right. Callista, you start. In order to get a visual inside the room, you have to push the door just the slightest bit open. The door seems to open relatively smoothly as you slowly push your hand, and you take a peek as you just put your cloaked, your hood-covered head inside the door. And what you do see whenever you look in is this. When you look in, it contains a plain wooden bed. But you notice that as you're looking in, that the mattress has been completely ripped open, and all like the straw that was inside is like scattered all over the dirt floor. You also notice that there are two small wooden chests in the room that are open. One's kind of like tilted on its side, and there's like just what looks like common clothes and all kinds of these like kind of like priestly vestments that are just like laying on the floor, like almost as if somebody's been rummaging through it, just tossing what they didn't want just everywhere. Then looking beyond that, you see this very small elevated platform of wood with this long knotted rope hanging from what you think is where the steeple is of this temple. And on that rope are two gleefully swinging goblins.
Oh my god.
Dangling. One is about 10 feet up, like hanging on this rope, and his legs are like flying back and forth as he's pushing himself off the sides of the wall, and the ones at the bottom like kind of stabilizing the rope and like bringing it back and forth. And every time the bell rings, they just like they absolutely love the sound of this bell, and they're just ringing it nonstop.
They're trolling us. Callista is pissed the fuck off.
So
Yeah.
what's up?
I pull her back towards the group. I want to be able to speak to them without them being heard. So I want to go back to the door and let them know what I see and if it's even worth it, because I know that Diana is tapped out. I'm tapped out. What do you guys want to do about this? There's just two idiot trolls, basically.
Well, if there's only two of them, we could take them out and use this space as, like, whatever. And we still don't know what happened here, so...
All right.
Didn't you say they were
That's-
having fun? They were enjoying themselves?
They're they're being idiots. They're having fun.
Well,
Well,
let them enjoy
they-
themselves, I say.
If everyone
It just
is,
worries me that we don't see anyone that should be ringing the bell. Like, where would they be?
But think about it this way. Them ringing the bell is like what's become normal here. So what happens if they stop?
Right.
well, we could always try and smoke them out. I understand that some of us are tapped out. I still have some minor
I mean-
abilities remaining.
I'm not opposed to this idea. I have no attachment to the city whatsoever. So if we want to burn it, go ahead, burn it.
I do not I am not referring to burning this to the ground.
No, just
I like her.
temple.
No,
I don't
burn
mean the
any
city.
building.
That is just sacrilege. Burning a temple to the ground.
Yeah, no. This is the Temple of Ilmater, right?
No.
Think about what you're saying.
No, this is
Oh,
actually a temple dedicated to Lathander and Maliki.
Okay. Never mind. It's not my god. We're good.
And,
Oh my god.
and you can
I'm kidding.
This inspires hope in the people of this town. They wouldn't want to come back to it.
Okay. If you just want to smoke them out, I can smoke them out.
even though the
I-
temple,
You sacrilegious idiots! I mean to summon a cloud of fog in the room with them
But
that
he's
will
got a
startle
point.
them and should draw them out.
Okay, I get that, but he's got a point. If we make them stop ringing the bell. Ugh.
At least this way we can move around the town
I just want to talk.
more undetected than what we would.
Yeah, you have a fair point.
Hmm.
Diana, you've noticed that the stained glass windows, even though this is relatively a simple wooden structure for a temple, that the stained glass windows are actually quite beautiful. They resemble images of birth, the dawning sun, trees, and even
Oh, how lovely.
and even unicorns.
Oh, look at that. They're just, wow, pretty. Look at that, you guys. It's so pretty. We can't destroy such a nice, pretty place.
Lachlan,
no
you are
burning.
being rather silent during all this. What say you?
I could go either way.
I think
Why
it's better
don't-
if Lachlan doesn't say
why-
a word.
Why don't we throw, like, Lachlan in with them, you know, and just he can stealth in. If he gets discovered, he can just be like, hey, I'm one of you, and, like, just, I don't know.
Lachlan,
Yeah.
you
Do
were
I look
staying
like a
right
goblin
there.
to you?
Did
Level
not
8,
get any
I mean, a
ideas.
little bit, yeah. Just a tad.
Hey, we're all family here. You insult one of us, you're insulting all of us.
Oh, as if you've never had an ugly cousin.
Hey now!
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, those eyebrows, they.
Poor Lachlan. Yeah, he's
They
got
freak
some.
me
They're
out a little bit.
magnificent.
He's got some pretty thick eyebrows. He does.
Come on, they take up half your face. I mean, really.
Every
We were
morning I
talking about
comb
saving
them.
the city.
Hashtag Lachlan's eyebrows.
So will we just leave the trolls alone? The little
For now.
goblins alone?
It's
For now, okay.
I don't think we need to harm them.
Yeah, that's
They
a good
haven't-
Shall
idea.
we?
Just let them be
Okay.
fools.
Okay, but then they might sneak up on us later.
Well, we'll
Right,
know
and
when the
if-
Decide to
bell
rest
stops
here.
ringing.
and if
When the
not,
bell
what
stops
happens
ringing,
if they
we know.
leave? Even if it's after we've left here, what happens if they leave and tell others what has happened here?
Tell others. They're goblins. They're not the brightest creatures.
But they are numerous.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen 2. And 2 more.
We've seen 4. We've already doubled what we started with.
Well, that just like lessens exponentially every time we see another goblin. So.
I think you mean it increases exponentially, but we can go into the math lessons later.
Look, you're the smart one.
I
here.
walk outside.
I help people.
Shall we take a short rest?
Yeah, I walk outside.
Okay.
They're arguing, and I'm like, nope, done.
Calista just takes off out the door. So-
Guys.
So we're just gonna decide to leave them alone.
okay.
Okay.
So
Is that the consensus?
Yep, for now.
Okay, for now.
We'll know if something happens if the bell stops ringing. We'll
Yeah.
What if
An ear
one
out.
of them gets off the bell?
well then
We should take a short rest.
another one to
Or
pull it back down.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull you guys back over to the other map. So, if you're wondering where your characters are headed, I will shift ping it, so you guys will be on.
thank you.
Yep, you guys are outside of the temple now as you stepped out through the open door back into the just north of the temple square or the village square. So what would you guys
Did
like to
anyone
do?
else see that giant hole in the ground?
A giant hole in the ground. What?
I was peeking down there before. The
Was
big
there anything
hole.
in there?
It was just a hole.
Was it there from before, or was it made recently?
I don't know. I've never been here before. I couldn't say a main
That's a
attraction
good point.
to a town. There'd be
That's
a
a good
big
point.
hole.
That's a good point.
Are there any rocks or anything around the ground at our feet? Small rocks that Mulvin would be able to pick up?
Oh yeah, there's a few small rocks just kind of laying around. Sure.
Mulfin's going to pick one up, cast a light on it, and hand it over to Moby. Well, if you want to see what's down there, just throw this in the pit.
What if that's where the goblins came from? What if they like crawled from beneath the earth or something?
Nah, that's just sinister.
It would prove my fact about it increasing exponentially every time we see them. And at least then we'd know what we're dealing with and where they're coming from.
Yeah. I think we need to look for survivors too soon.
I mean,
Yeah.
look around. You see these boulders like bigger than me, but then there's just a big old hole in the ground. Doesn't that strike anyone as odd?
Yeah, it does.
Go ahead, throw it down.
Throw it.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it.
Can I
Pitch
do a
it baseball
perception
style.
check if I can hear like any other movement or noises other than the bell?
Sure. Go ahead.
Like in the city square or like around the city square wherever we are.
Sure. Absolutely. Currently at your location, you really don't hear anything other than the crackling of greasy flames coming,
Right.
coming from the
Right.
puddle over there that it's still on
Right.
fire.
Looks like the kitchen.
Oh my.
Yeah, and the one warg is still kind of like half in that fire, and he's well overcooked.
Oh no.
Would I know if
Ooh,
the
it
city
smells.
has like an emergency like safeguard system, like where the citizens would hide if something like a siege were to happen? Would I know where in the city that would be?
Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
Oh God.
That's
Okay.
going to be, if you just click on your character sheet and then just click on intelligence over on the left,
Yep.
it'll make that roll for you.
Nope.
You're not 100% sure here.
Yeah.
Sometimes sometimes it's a rather large building, but other than that, you're not really 100% sure.
Maybe they went down the hole.
Are you gonna throw it down?
Yep, I'm throwing it down. I want to see what's there.
So Moby, you
Like throwing-
heading to the town center of the square and tossing the rock down in there.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this,
Like throwing pebbles through a hallway.
So Moby's got this glowing rock. He brings it down and just tosses it, flips it with his like thumb down into the hole. And as the rock falls about 5.5 feet, it hits the bottom of the hole and just glows in this bottom this pit that's about 5 feet deep, 5.5 feet deep.
Well, that was not exciting at all.
It's just
No, that was just awful.
Wow.
That was so dismal.
It's,
Wow.
But Moby,
I did.
I'm glad we spent time on this.
Moby, go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
Oh, damn.
Nice. You do notice that as you're kind of closer inspecting, like looking at the sides, it appears that something used to be embedded in the ground here, and it almost looks like somebody came and just took it out of the ground. And they left this, and that's what left this pit. Something used to be here and is no longer here.
I'm gonna turn and kind of relay that to Law. So, just by the way, like the rocks have been like pushed up and like how smooth the edges are, it looks like something's just been like pulled out of the ground, like a carrot or a turnip or something.
Do you
And how
think it was
wide
a
is
big
this hole?
carrot?
Goblins are here for carrots.
I'm sure it wasn't a giant, like 7-foot carrot, but just
That would go well with
resonated.
these wargs, wouldn't it?
Oh no.
Okay, we're gonna have a serious talk after we're done here.
Sorry.
Adding that to the long list of indiscretions you have made while in this city.
Oh.
I mean, it
And now I'm hungry.
sounded like a good idea at the time.
Oh, and Muffin, to answer your question, the width of this pit is about 5 to 6 feet.
Yeah, that's weird.
Look, it may not be important, but it just strikes me as really strange.
I agree. It's weird.
Yeah.
Should we go deeper into the city?
Yeah.
Or do we want to rest?
Ooh, rest.
I do not feel resting here, right outside the doorway where
Not
we know
here.
of a couple of... One must speak concise phrases in what you're referencing.
I was asking in general.
Oh, Gramps.
Jesus.
Forgive me, my lady, but look at who I'm dealing with as my own blood. It can be understood if I'm
I
seeking
feel your
dis-
pain, okay? I feel your pain. Let's do we want to get outside the city and just rest outside?
I feel we would be better served finding a building in the city to rest in. Mayhap a tavern or an inn somewhere
Tavern.
that may
Like
have
that
people
idea.
may have people in it,
And
but also gives us some manner of protection.
May have goblins in it too.
and as,
Well, if there
as
are still
Muffin-
people in this city,
As Muffin says tavern, Diana and Callista almost simultaneously noticed that this structure that I'm shift pinging right next to the temple has a sign, a crude metal sign that sticks off the side of it that says Nightstone Inn.
Well, there's your tavern.
I have a history with places like this. It's right over there.
Can I go up to the door and listen?
Sure, absolutely.
Where's the door? Which one is it? This one?
There are. Let me double check something real quick. Looks like there's multiple, but I want to see.
Is there
exactly.
windows?
I think those are windows. Yes. Let me see.
I'll look in a window.
Oh yeah, the ones facing the town square at the south end is where the door is. So right here is the door.
Okay.
This would be a window on the side.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to the window then.
Okay.
And look inside.
Okay, go ahead and make in a perception check for me.
Oh, so well. Nope.
For some reason, this window is kind of clouded. You're just having a hard time looking in. You can see, though, that inside the structure, it looks like there's a lot of damage on the far end of the structure. Possibly one of these rocks had come through the ceiling. But that's all you can really see through that window.
I'll follow and try and do the same thing. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Kind of like a, and then rubbing the window with my sleeve.
So
Is that
Diana,
the only window?
On this down. Well, let me double check. Oh, let me see. Oh, I apologize. The windows are on these extensions. So, if you were here first, there would be a window right there, and there would be a window there. That was my bad.
Yeah, let's
Sure.
look in the other
Diana,
one.
did you roll a perception check for me?
We get in there.
Okay.
I'll check
As the two of them are
other
over
one.
doing this, Muffin's going to take one step forward and just sort of try to half quietly call out to them. What do you see over there with your elf eyes?
What do I see, DM?
Callista, when
What do
you
we
look
see?
through the second window at the top, you can see to the left there a boulder has basically come in and kind of smashed, leaving debris, and it's kind of opened up. this area a bit, but there's like kind of like a pile of broken wood, glass, different materials that are kind of laying around it to kind of, you know, just make it so you'd have to climb over some things in order to get in on the left side. But inside, you can see that there is a small creature inside what looks to be a kitchen storage area with a large kind of burlap sack, taking things off of the shelf and just stuffing them into the sack, and just kind of going from one thing to the other, like picking something up, shaking it, holding it next to its ear, and then tossing it into the bag. And just,
Is it small?
it looks exactly like the two creatures that that Lachlan killed with arrows. It's on the far side of the room, so you can't really hear it. You hear an occasional like thud, a crash of it throwing something on the floor. But other than that, that's what you see. It looks like the primary kitchen part of it looks almost completely destroyed by a boulder, but the storage area seems kind of open on the other side. It seems to be untouched, except for now this creature is rummaging through all its contents.
That's the only movement I see?
That's it, yes.
Okay. Okay. I head back and let them know what I see, and I don't think we're gonna be able to rest in this city without conflict.
That little guy in there is stealing my job.
Oh, here comes.
Holy
crap!
Mother of roll.
Sorry, I clicked a lot because I didn't know when it was gonna work, so I was just like.
Okay, so we're gonna just take your first two.
Okay.
So your first one was the same as Callista. So you can see that there's in this the window is just so dirty and clouded that you guys are both having a real hard time seeing. Even Diana, when you try to rub the window with your hand, it seems like a lot of the dirt and stuff is on the inside of the window, so it's not coming clean. And looking through it, you can only see that there's wooden planks that look like they've fallen in from the ceiling in the far end. You do see some tables set around, almost like this is like a dining room area of the inn. But other than the destruction that's in there, you can't really see beyond that. As you moved up to the top, you can see the same thing that Callista does. The damage on the left side of the room, and this small greenish-skinned creature just going through all the kitchen storage and picking out what it wants and throwing it into a bag.
Okay. Well, if there's only one, I'm gonna go to Callista. I'm like, if there's only one of these things, and there's like 4 of us, 5 of us, math of us, then I think we could handle this.
My only worry is it's more than one that we can't see.
Yeah. Or we could go back to the tower and take the definite 2 that we know were there. And then, like, rest in the tower.
I look at Moby, I'm like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Well, if it were up to me, I wouldn't be doing anything with either of them. I would try to talk to them, resolve this peacefully. I mean, you've got 2 in there having fun, you said, and you say this one's just stealing food. Maybe he's hungry. It's.
I mean,
we haven't seen any people. Haven't seen any people yet. I think that should be our first concern.
That's my concern. I want to know why they're all here and no one else is.
So we need to interrogate one of these little things.
Yeah.
Then would not being going for the solitary one.
You don't?
What?
Alton?
Oh.
What am I missing?
No, I said, if we're looking for one to ask questions to, why not go for the solitary one, where the numbers are obviously in our favor?
Not obviously, but sure, let's do it.
Yay! Okay, let's go.
Let's go to the front door. And is it open or locked?
As you approach the front door, you notice that the doors are closed. They're not open, and they're not open like the temple door was.
Okay.
Can we try the doorknob?
And
Sure.
while they're doing this, can Muffins see through that top window that they were going to and seeing into that area? Is it low enough for a shade over 3 foot tall?
Oh yeah.
gnome to peek through?
Yeah, you can peek through if you'd like to make a perception check. You can go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
Lachlan, go help the old man out.
All right, I run up and grab his feet and kind of help boost him up a little bit. Let me help you, Gramps.
Well, at least one of you is doing something. And then, let's see. See if I can at least see the thing they're talking about. 'Cause the old crazy man may have an idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
See anything up there?
This is a lovely windowsill, but I fear I cannot see anything other than this
Yeah,
wood in front of me.
What it looks like to you is there's like a bag in there that's like wiggling, but you have no idea what's going on. You're very confused by it.
What do you see? What do you see?
There's a bag wiggling around in the room.
Like
But
a bag?
It looks like a bag. But if the other two said they saw something, if you... And I turn down towards Diana and Callista. And if you'd like, I can try smoking him out.
I think you really want to smoke somebody out, so go ahead.
I'm not opposed to this.
Oh, am I ashamed to be related to you?
Do you want me to wait until you go into the area first? So if he
You
goes
want to
running
smoke
out,
us out too.
Moby, you mute marsupial fool!
Diana, you said you were gonna try
I
the door,
almost
right?
drop him.
Yeah, try to talk. Try to chit-chat.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my dagger just in case.
You can be the intimidating one, and I'll be like good cop, bad cop. Like,
Sure. Whatever you want.
good cop and cool stuff.
I shall
it's gonna be
take
so
no
fun.
action until... I shall take no action unless required after, as the two of you make your attempt to converse with the small cretin.
Okay,
If knives are out, I'm joining.
if we can open the door.
Lachlan's coming with. He's
Yeah,
Oh.
Hawkeyeing Lachlan.
Can you check for
get him
traps on the
trying.
door and open it, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, you.
Excellent.
Go ahead and make this an investigation check, Lachlan, as you're inspecting the door.
All right.
Pretty standard wooden front door. You don't see it. So you don't notice any traps or anything. Doesn't look like it's been messed with.
It's a door.
Thank you.
Well, then open the door.
I'll push it open.
Okay. The door.
I've got a short sword ready.
The door opens with a creak. I'm gonna move you four over to a different map. So if you just give me one moment, I will get you guys over there. I could zoom out and do it, but
We're in a river.
you're not in the stable.
Lachlan opened the wrong door. You guys are in the stable now.
Sorry.
Way to go, Lachlan.
Gosh, dang it.
Nightstone in. There we are.
The old
So,
dimensional lockpick.
I gotta get you to the first floor, which is down
That
here.
comes from his mother's side.
And I'm gonna go ahead and move you guys inside. So you guys are now inside the first floor of the Nightstone, and I'm gonna shift ping for you guys so you know exactly where you're at.
Okay.
Ah!
And then let me grab Muffin, and I'm gonna move him over because he's kind of outside the window here, but I'm gonna move him over to the map anyway so he can see what's going on.
Oh, I can
Okay,
watch it on
so-
Twitch just as easy. Although that's sort of cheating toward
You're gonna know all the secrets. Stop.
That is one big boulder. Okay.
Once you get
Yeah.
me moved over, can you shift ping again?
I will, totally. I'm gonna shift ping you. You should be able to see through that
Oh,
window.
yeah, I got- Yep.
right there.
I got you.
So that's where you guys are. You're walking into the Nightstone Inn. You come into what appears to be the main dining room. The place where the bar used to be, to your right, is completely smashed in by this huge boulder that came.
No!
It looks like it came down right through the ceiling, leaving a hole up through the actual ceiling itself, up through the roof, and you can see like some moonlight coming through through the second story above you. You also notice that it punched through the roof. It destroyed a dining table. It also destroyed a pair of long benches. And the remains of a bed and a wardrobe from the chamber above actually lie shattered among the dining room furnishings that are completely shattered there. There's 2 smaller round tables and several chairs that remain intact in the dining room on kind of like the left side of the dining room. And each table sits an unlit oil lamp. Lying on the floor in the middle of the room, you guys also notice that there is a crossbow bolt sticking out of the chest of a dead goblin.
Oh. They
Ooh.
put up a fight.
Okay.
Or maybe someone's still here.
Yeah. So,
Does the goblin look recently deceased? Sorry, Sos.
Go ahead
Yeah.
and make Moby. Go ahead and make a medicine check for me.
Thanks.
You're not really sure.
Can I
You-
try?
You're not really good at this whole medicine thing.
I mean, I would be good at that.
It looks gross.
Looks dead. Who else wanted to try?
Me, I wanted to look at
The
the body.
pulse.
Oh, sure. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
I would be good at it. but-
Callista, you have a feeling that this goblin died very recently. Like, its body is still warm. The blood is still kind of seeping from the wound.
Wow. Okay.
So it's a relatively recent crossbow bolt attack on this goblin.
And there's stairs going up, right?
There are stairs going up on the far side of the room.
Do we want to hostage this goblin, or do we want to check upstairs?
Hostage. Has it seen us yet?
I think it's in the other room.
Okay.
I'd like
Then-
to head upstairs.
Yeah, let's
Anything
check
to avoid
upstairs.
conflict.
Yeah, we'll check upstairs.
Hey, whatever gets you off. If you want to tie up a goblin, go tie up a goblin.
No. We can't trust him right now. We have to be cautious. It's not bad. It's just not good either. Whatever.
Is the door fully like closed over there?
It looks sort of ajar from, but not very. Like, it's just barely cracked.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna look at the door
Okay.
and listen, see if he's still in there.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check, Callista.
Oh god. Nope. Fuck.
This time, as you open this door, I'm going to get rid of this. Let you guys see inside. As you open the door, it starts to creak loudly on the hinges. And all of a sudden, the creature that was inside, kind of rummaging through, quickly turns its head around and just pinpoints eyes on you as you open the door. And it just starts, and it's all of a sudden its eyes grow very wide. It goes, ah!
I thorn whip him.
And- All right.
We're supposed to be persuading him. I see her reach for her thorn whip, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
So what's the range on your thorn whip, Callista?
Well, I don't know how far away he is. Oh, it's 30 feet, so maybe not.
10, 15, 20. Yep, he's being ranged.
Oh my god.
So if you want to go ahead and Thorn
And-
Whip, do a Thorn
How
Whip.
far- Wait, how far away is he?
About 20 feet.
20 feet.
Mhm.
It's not a grapple. Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna pull him closer.
Okay. All right, go ahead and make your attack.
Oh, it's not in here. Where is it? So melee spell attack. How do I do that? Roll 20 and
And add your spell attack bonus.
okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, a reminder, you do have that nat 20 as well that you can use at any point during this session. Also, you guys all have a point of DM inspiration that you can use at any point that you'd like to use it. So don't forget those. I don't want those to go to waste.
Okie dokie.
I mean, sure. Yeah. I'll use the advantage.
Okay, so you use your DM's inspiration, so you can roll twice and take the higher number.
Okay.
And I think yours is a D20 plus 6, right? Oh
Yep.
yeah, there you go. The 21
Wow.
is definitely gonna hit. So you are going to roll a D6 for me.
Oh.
So as Callista slowly opens the door and peeks her head in, you hear the creaking of the hinges of this door as it becomes open. You hear all of a sudden this sudden sound come from the other room in between the pounding of this temple bell that continues to ring and ring and ring and ring. And all of a sudden you hear Callista start to enchant these different sayings and moving her arms in different ways, and all this root or vine just comes out of the floor and heads towards this creature, wrapping around it and pulling it closer to her. So this creature is going to move closer to you, and
All right,
The,
Diana.
Okay.
Here's your.
Now's my time. Okay.
and it goes ow as it takes a little bit as the thorns kind of
I
jab
didn't
into its
actually
flesh.
want to hurt him. I just wanted to pull him closer. It was gentle.
And it seems to be
Reasonably.
wrapped up a little bit by this thorny vine as it's pulled closer.
I wanted it around his neck, so I pulled him.
and Callista,
Oh,
as
God.
you pull it,
That's not
as
how
you
we
pull
do
it closer,
this.
you realize that it's actually a female goblin. As you pull her closer to you with this this thorny, viney whip wrapped around its neck.
Yeah, in common, I say, "What happened here?"
No, wait. I'm gonna pull a chair and like sit in it, like, you know, backwards, all cool-like, and I'll be like, "Yo, sister to sister, you know, you can tell us what's up. It's okay. We're not here to hurt you. We are just here to get answers."
Some of us aren't here to hurt you.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check, Diana. Can you roll a persuasion check for us?
I clicked it a lot of times, so we'll see how it goes.
Can she get advantage? Can she get advantage since I'm trying to be intimidating?
Yeah.
We'll not for this one, just because
Okay.
just because you're you'll see why. in just a minute.
Okay.
I've clicked like 20 times,
Oh,
so
no.
we'll see how that goes.
Oh no.
In the meantime, Muffins looking through the window, watching all this.
And just muttering to himself.
I wave at him through the window.
I wave back.
I don't know what it is tonight, but every time I get Zoss's webcam to show up on Roll20, Matthews goes out.
I'm going to reconnect mine.
And then
I don't know.
And then I reconnect, and then Matthew's there, and then Zoss is gone. It's like
I'm having so many problems right now. Like, I spilled soda on my keyboard, so sometimes some of my keys spam.
Oh.
So, like, my shift key and my W key are both spamming right now. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm slow. It's like in between spamming 100 W's and trying to use Wi-Fi when 3 other people are. So I'm just... Did the rolls come in yet?
No.
yeah.
Nothing
let's
yet.
see.
Wait.
Not yet.
2 hours later.
Do you want me to go ahead and make a roll for you?
Sure, please.
Okay. So we're gonna go and make a persuasion check.
Thanks.
You got it. My roll is coming in.
Ooh.
Nope.
DM inspiration, please.
Well, it's not really gonna
Same
do it.
roll.
It's the same roll, 2 8s.
Oh, yay.
So as you're sitting here, and if it comes in and your first roll is better, I'll change the outcome because that's not
Okay.
fair for me to roll low for you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just accept it. Like,
But
that's my punishment for having terrible Wi-Fi.
But you're sitting backwards on this chair, kind of leaning towards the creature, and the creature's just giving you a very angry look, Diana, as you're communicating with it. And it's got its hands like wrapped around this thorn whip that's like tied wrapped around its neck, kind of jabbing it. You can see a little bit of blood kind of starting to seep through from where the little thorns are scraping and scratching through it. And it looks like you let Gum go.
While this is going on, did the small goblin drop the bag?
Oh yeah, the bag is still over in the far corner where she got jerked from when this thing grabbed her and pulled her over here.
Yeah, where they seem to have all of this under control, Muffins going to sort of try to point through the window
Okay.
and cast Unseen Servant and instruct it to bring the bag outside to him.
Wow.
I turned to Callista
Yes.
since my persuasion didn't work. And I'm like, Callista, slap her. How we roll. Good cop, bad cop.
I say, will Gum behave herself?
Let Gum go.
Gum Gum's gotta tell us what's up first. That's
Yeah,
how this works.
I pull it tighter. I say, what happened here?
Gum
Oh, okay.
Gum
Ease
doesn't
up.
know. Gum takes stuff.
Where's all the people?
Go ahead and make since you're kind of squeezing it. Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
God, that's not gonna be
You
great.
got this.
Nope. No, it's not. I'm not an intimidating person.
Dang.
There's no people here. There's no one. Just Gum.
It's very clearly a town, Gum Gum. Very clear. Try
Drop
again,
the
Gum
knowledge.
Gum.
The town is empty. Let Gum go.
Wait, it was
Can I
empty
make an
before you got
insight
here?
from the sidelines?
It was empty.
So Gum didn't kill anybody?
Gum don't kill any people. Gum didn't kill anyone. Gum just taking stuff.
Can I make insight?
Sure.
See if lying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
There is some. There's something that Gum's not saying.
What aren't you telling us?
What happened to your little friend outside, Gum Gum, the one with the arrow in his chest? If there was no conflict here.
Gum's eyes get wide. What you mean? What happened to my friend?
The one that we saw walking in, the one with the crossbow bolt in his chest. How'd that happen if there was no conflict here?
What? Gum
I
friend?
think I just
Gum friend dead?
I think I just told this girl that her husband is dead. Oh no.
Wow, you could have dropped that a little bit better.
Tell us what happened here.
We'll work on it.
Gum Gum,
Oh my
there's
God.
tears starting to well up in Gum Gum's eyes.
I loosen the vine a little bit. And I say, "Is that
Thank
your
you.
friend?"
Thank you.
And I let her. I kind of like pull her a little bit so she can see through the door where she could see on an angle where the body is. I say, "What happened to him?" Oh no!
Gum
Awkward.
friend.
This is so...
I think you should
tears start
like
to run down her face.
remind her. This is
And then all of a sudden she gets
this
real
is beyond
almost-
cruel.
She gets kind of angry and looks towards you, Callista. She says, "What have you done to Gum Gum friend?"
I didn't do anything. I am the one asking you questions. What happened to him? I don't know.
We are asking the questions here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Gosh.
Why is Gum Gum friend dead?
We want to know too.
Perhaps we could solve that question together, Gum Gum. You help us, we help you.
Make a persuasion check.
You know dang well that I can't.
I'll go ahead and make it for you.
Thank you.
Persuasion. Here we go. Let's see how this goes.
Oh, not bad.
Not bad.
Oh, not bad at all.
Gum Gum changes her facial expression to anger towards, like, looking towards Callista, and then kind of almost raises one eyebrow a bit when you ask that, Diana. And she looks at you and she, you help Gum Gum?
Yes,
Gum-
yes, that
Gum-
is what I want to do.
Gum Gum help you?
Yes.
Okay, get this off my neck.
I am. The moment she asked, "Gum Gum help you?" I dropped it.
Okay. Thank you. Gotta
So-
find out what happened to Gum Gum friend.
Yes, that is what we both need to discover. Now,
You guys also notice this bag just like being drug across the floor in between Gum Gum and Diana.
That
Out
is awesome.
past Callista. It's just like it's just a bag. And it's just moving itself out the door as if something is dragging it. It's leaving a dusty trail outside as it's just.
Look, it's not the weirdest thing I've seen today. So
Gum Gum
just
looks
leave
at
it.
it. It's like Gum Gum's muffins. What's happening? There's some really good muffins in there.
I have a feeling our companions are responsible. Let's go outside and meet our companions.
Okay, so you guys are headed back into the other room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my eye on Gum Gum the entire time.
Same, like,
Gum Gum gets over towards where it appears her friend is lying in the middle of the dining room, and just has that look of despair on her face. Very
Lachlan, how
very
did you-
sad.
Hide your crossbow.
I don't have a crossbow.
oh no!
Looks like and Muffin looks like is making his way to meet his well, Muffin, as you're moving to the next window, you notice that the window is really hard to see out through, but all of a sudden this burlap, just like huge burlap bag, just makes its way, like just dragging across the ground towards you and kind of comes to rest right in front of you.
While they're all doing that, Mulfitch is going to be searching through the bag, seeing what's in it.
Excuse me, Muffin. Those are our new friend Gum Gum's muffins.
I'm outside. I never
You're
came in.
outside. Excuse me.
Yeah, I
Where
gave this
is
thing
he?
the instructions to bring it
Where
outside.
is he? I will walk outside
Okay. Diana,
and say, hey.
Diana comes outside. She eventually finds Muffin over here digging through a burlap sack underneath the
Just-
window.
Oh my god.
Hands on my hips, disappointed expression. Those are not yours.
No, these are the things that were being stolen by the creature in the building. I am merely searching through to see what this creature was trying to steal from these innocent people.
What'd she take?
I don't know. You interrupted me. I haven't had a chance to search through it yet.
Then go through it quickly. We have to get them back.
You have to give it back, but look at it first.
Okay.
So Muffin, you're starting to dig through this bag, and in this bag, there are several things in here. So I don't know if you've got like a Word document or something that you can write with. Just to jot some
sure, I
notes,
got some.
if
Yep.
it's anything that you want to keep. But there are several muffins in this bag. They look rather delicious. A block of cheese. There is a cooked chicken.
That would have been useful.
There is a frying pan. There is an iron pot. There is also a bullseye lantern.
So everything except the kitchen sink.
There's a lot. I'm not even halfway through the list. There are 2 flasks filled with oil. There is a set of cook's utensils. There is a jar of cloves. A jar of saffron. A dented pure silver jug.
Ooh.
And a cracked hourglass. Those are the things that you find in Gum Gum's burlap sack.
So as Muffin finishes searching through, he's going to tell Diana everything he's found in there.
Now, half of that does seem very appetizing, but I think that we should return it to Gum Gum as a show of good faith.
You may be correct in that. I still think we should speak to her about returning the utensils and the cooking implements that logic would imply that she had taken from this establishment.
She could have. Do goblins carry utensils with them? You know, that's not a question to the DM, that's just a question in the air. I say we give it back, you know, everything entailed. But we need to take one muffin and split it.
Oh my god.
Just one.
So Muffin's going to reach in, take one muffin out, and then the pot,
Just
the
one.
pan, and the cook's utensils. And then Britton basically hand the bag to Diana.
Okay.
And then
We'll walk back.
squirrel the muffin away and just sort of tuck spots in.
We're splitting that.
Yeah,
We are splitting that muffin.
it smells rather delicious as you're getting ready to tuck it away. Kind of makes your stomach growl a little bit.
Muffin breaks it in half, gives Diana half of it.
Thank you.
He breaks it, a few crumbs fall to the ground, and as you're breaking it, you do notice that if you don't eat it within the next day or so, it's going to be kind of stale, just because it's been sitting in the inn here, probably, cooked a day or two ago, so you're just worried that it might get a little bad if you give it too long.
We're doing her a favor. Okay.
I agree, my dad. Takes his half and just shoves it in his mouth, trying to swallow it before he follows her in.
Okay, let's go.
It's actually very delicious. Very delicious muffin.
Okay, I'm going to return her. We have taken out some items that we believe may have been stolen, or more stolen than the other ones, but the rest
I like
you
that.
get to keep. You get to keep your muffins and your chicken and your cheese and everything else.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Gum Gum, take that back to family.
Aww, I feel so bad about eating that muffin now. Oh.
Guilt consumes you.
Guilt. Deep shame.
I'm just-
She has a family.
Gum Gum's sad Gum Gum friend can't come. Looks down at the dead body in the middle of the room.
I
Okay.
would craft like some small purple flowers over the body. I'm just gonna.
I'll give Gum Gum a hug.
Gum Gum seems a little bit relieved seeing these beautiful flowers all of a sudden emerge.
And after that, I pull out my beautiful ashwood pipe and start smoking because she's stressed as fuck right now.
Swear jar.
So you guys start to you guys start to smell the sweet aroma of this pipe as Callista fires it up down here in the dining room as the bell continues to toll in Nightstone.
Gum Gum, what's up with the bell?
We know what's up with the bell.
We do know what's up with the bell. I want. You're right. That was a dumb question. Never mind.
I look at Gum Gum and I ask, "Is there anyone upstairs?"
Gum Gum not no. Gum Gum go to kitchen first.
Gum Gum.
Get cooking and food items for family to take back to our hideout.
Hideout. Is it possible that potentially the other goblins that you came here with may have been the ones to slay your friend?
We all came together. Gum Gum don't think anyone would do this.
So we can't count on her to fight goblins for us.
Were there any people here when you arrived, or was it just empty?
No people here. People
So
back at our hideout.
Where's your hideout?
The people at your hideout?
Well, Hark's hideout, but our hideout. Yes, people go there. They flee there.
Human people.
They're hiding? What are they hiding from?
Them.
Hark say Nightstone attacked and left abandoned. So he sent Gum Gum and several others here to take what we could take.
What
But the
attacked
humans are
Nightstone?
back
You know
at
what
your
attacked
hideout.
Nightstone?
This is so confusing.
There were like three
No, this
questions.
makes sense. They're scavengers.
What? Asked Gum Gum?
What did I
So
just have?
you said that people were at your hideout?
Yeah,
the humans.
Yes.
What attacked? What
And you
attacked
come here to
Nightstone?
steal their food off them. But you're housing them.
You housing? Yes, housing.
Scavengers.
Did you kidnap
Keeping
the
them captive.
humans?
Gum Gum not kidnap humans. Hark
Did your-
kidnap humans.
Hark it. Okay.
Gum Gum come here to find
now we're
food.
getting somewhere.
Gum Gum find food. Find anything Gum Gum find for hideout.
Did
Well,
you
Gum Gum
kidnap
is
them from
innocent in
here?
this.
Or did you pick them up along the road somewhere?
They came to our hideout.
Oh,
They
they
were-
came to you.
The
Oh,
humans
so it's their own
attacked your
fault.
hideout.
So they completely deserve this. Anything that happens to them is on their own volition. Okay, good to
Gum
know.
Gum starts to shake her head really fast, like yeah.
I don't.
Well,
I'm not so
done.
sure.
You can go home, You can go
Gum
home,
Gum.
guys. This is it.
What attacked Nightstone first? Before Hark came here and sent you here, what attacked Nightstone before that?
Gum Gum not know, but Gum Gum hear humans say that large rocks fall from cloud and sky. Then they run looking for a place to hide, and they found our cave hideout.
Could it
Okay,
have been
but-
rock giant?
Dead goblin, though.
Giants?
I don't know, rock giants? I don't know. What throws rocks at people? It's rock giant. From the cloud.
Do you want me to
Holy
make
shit.
a nature check for you,
Don't be a fool.
Sure.
Diana?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. Nature. Okay. You're not really sure. Your best guess is a rock giant, but you've never seen one.
Giants.
You've heard of them, but you've never seen one yourself. And I did
Is this
also-
something that? Oh, go ahead.
Okay, no, I was just gonna tell Zos. I did notice on your character sheet that your skills. I think you were supposed to be proficient in a couple of those, and none of those have proficient checks in them.
Whoopsie.
Oh.
I'll do that.
If you want to make sure, I think it's under your class as cleric. It will tell you what you can choose from. and that'll
Okay.
give
Your
you
background.
yeah, and your background as well, and
Oh, okay.
that'll add to some of those rolls to make them a little bit better.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yay.
And I was going to ask, is this something that Molfin would have read about in all his studies in the library?
Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me, Muffin.
Okay.
Let's see.
So, what does a Hark want with humans?
Dinner.
Hark.
Well, they're coming here to steal
And what is a
food, so
Hark?
that's
Hark is strong leader. Hark is bold. Hark is mean. Hark is
so
very
he kidnaps
Hark
humans for fun.
Hark is smarter than Gum Gum.
I would suggest. Sorry.
That's worrying.
Hark also likes taste of human.
Yeah,
Oh,
I-
okay.
to eat.
Molfin
So what's the
Molfin
food
starts
for?
to chuckle as she says that he's smarter than her, and the minute likes to taste a human comes out of her mouth, the laugh stops.
Ooh.
Molfin, you have read a little bit about giants in the past. You do know that they're not seen relatively often in the north in Faerun, just because they like to kind of hide away and keep to themselves, only coming out occasionally to, collect things or hunt or do things like that. Most oftentimes they are kind of held up in their just homes and establishments. You do know that there are different types of giants. The ones that this kind of resembles to you would be cloud giants, who oftentimes build castles and temples among the clouds and float above Faerun.
Sorry, I coughed.
It's all good.
Molfin will pass that information along to the group after listening to Gum Gum.
So you're saying you think cloud giants came here, destroyed the village, and well, for my
And
best
then the
guess, they
goblins
must have.
scavenged what was left.
Well, it seems unlikely that the goblins were able to remove that large
Yeah, I thought it was
item
weird.
from there. So, given the hole that Moby found, it seems likely that the giants came here and left with whatever that was. And then the goblins have arrived since then to pick up the pieces.
With the humans as captives to be eaten.
Gum
Eaten.
Gum, where is your hideout? What cave?
Yeah.
Gum Gum's hideout is that way, and points in the direction of the northwest.
Okay.
Hey,
I-
Lachlan, can I have a look at your crossbow bolts for a second?
I actually just have arrows on me.
Oh, okay. Can I compare the ones you have to the one that's in the goblin body?
Absolutely. Here's one.
If we killed him, I'm gonna feel so bad.
Moby walks up with this arrow that Lachlan hands him, and he's closely kind of inspecting it. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me, Moby. Well, it's obvious that the arrows are different. This is obviously a crossbow bolt when his short bow arrows are much longer and feathered a little bit differently. But that's about it. That's all you.
All right,
It's
they're different
sticking out of
arrows.
its chest.
Yep. So
Off the
here, just
hook.
Take it back.
Thank
Take it back.
I was going to suggest that we take a long rest and then we have Gum Gum lead us to Hank, Hark, and yeah, and then we see what we can do. Because getting the humans back, it sounds like that's how we would figure out more pieces to the puzzle and possibly have assistance if we were to go and face the cloud giants that there may be.
Gum Gum looks at you, Diana.
I just like getting.
It is
I want to
like
save people.
Hark never let you have humans.
Well, I think that our party can be very persuasive. Don't you agree?
Well, you help Gum Gum with Gum Gum friend.
Gumbum, does your friend, the friends you came with, do they have any crossbow bolts on them? Do they carry crossbows or just swords and the like?
She almost looks like she's forgotten something, and her eyes get really wide, and she starts to pat like her side, and she's like, "Oh, Gum Gum dropped bow and arrows. Oh."
Shall we go look for them, Gum?
Gum Gum must.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Oh my god.
We're all just going along with Gum Gum and
Jealous
Callista.
friend.
Different from a crossbow.
Oh my god.
Oh, you can tell Callista, she's being totally honest. She must have set
Okay.
her weapons down when she was going through the kitchen, and they're probably just inside the kitchen, and she just doesn't realize it because she was so excited about all the materials that she was stealing.
Okay.
There's something about
I
this
thought she
bolt
killed
that
him and was
just-
like playing us.
She looks at you, Callista, and starts to walk towards the kitchen, almost panicky, and looking at Gum Gum have bow.
Oh.
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
No!
Hey?
We're both shaking our heads.
Gum Gum want show, and she points towards Moby, not really knowing his name. Gum Gum show arrows.
Okay, I
Thank
tell
you.
Moby to go pick up the arrows. She can have the bow, but pick up the arrows.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so Gum Gum comes in and collects her short bow. Callista, are you going in? Is anybody going into the kitchen with Gum Gum?
Yes.
Moby is.
I will
Okay.
go.
Good.
So Moby,
Yeah.
Those
you
arrows,
go
yep.
in.
Moby
yeah,
is. I'm at the doorway.
I will go as well.
Okay.
Keep an eye out.
Anybody who is in the kitchen room area where Gum Gum is collecting her bow, I want you to make a perception check for me, please.
Oh no,
Yes,
we
I
walked
would
into
love-
traps.
I'm gonna use that inspiration.
I'm
You
in
go-
the
oh, you're gonna
doorway,
use your
so-
inspiration, Moby?
Oh god.
And I'm going
Oh.
to contest it with something.
I would like to.
Oh god.
Oh boy. Okay. So Gum Gum comes
Didn't-
in and collects.
Didn't
her bow.
Diana go in too?
Yeah, we'll get there.
We're still.
In 20 years.
Here, I'll go ahead and I'll roll for you. I'm sorry.
Thanks. I'm sorry.
It's a perception check. Were you wanting to use your inspiration on this roll?
Sure. Sure.
So we'll make this check with advantage.
Come on, big money.
Let's see, 13. So you guys kind of come in. You don't really notice anything. Gum Gum picks up her short bow. Moby, you actually pick up 14 very crude-looking short bow arrows.
Just by looking at them, they don't look anything like the one in the chest.
No, they don't. These are a little longer and feathered differently than the one that's in the chest of the goblin.
Something's not adding up. There's a missing piece here. There must be
Maybe it
someone
was
else
the mafia.
here. Put out a hit on a goblin.
That was a hit on the goblin.
Could I do a perception check? Could I go over to the stairs and look for traps and look and kind of listen if there's anything movement above us?
Sure. Absolutely. Oh, good roll. As you're trying to listen carefully in between the bell tolling, you don't really hear anything. It doesn't seem like any movement is coming from upstairs while you're listening. Out of the corner of your eye, though, you do, through the hole in the ceiling down here, you see something almost it seems like it's lurking in the shadows, and then just moves away very quickly out of your sight. As you're just kind of looking at, you're looking up the steps, but you catch it in your peripheral. It's up in the hole of the ceiling in the second story.
Okay.
And you have
Gum
a feeling like someone is watching you.
Yeah. We're not alone.
Gum
We
gum.
want to help you get some closure. We're going to help you figure out what happened to your friend as a sign of good faith. And if you have any problems or need to talk to anyone about what you may be going through,
Yes.
I can lend an ear. I mean, I'm a good listener.
Gum Gum seems confused.
Affection?
Seems like a lot of big words for Gum Gum. Gum Gum
Affection.
We'll get there. It'll take a bit to work out what we have going on here, but we'll get there.
Gum gum. We friends help you feelings good. There we go.
Gum Gum help you feelings same.
Thank you. Aww. We're besties.
Did Callista share the information that she
Yes,
saw
I
something
did.
moving with? Okay.
Right. Gum gum.
Mulfin's going to look at Lachlan and say, "Now, pull out one of your arrows and shoot
That's
up
what I
into
was
that
thinking.
dark corner. But before you do, let me see it."
Yes, I was just
And-
thinking.
Oh,
that.
okay.
And Muffin, as you say that, you hear something from upstairs. Shut up. No, please don't. I'll come out. I'll show myself.
Ooh.
I was not going to have him shoot you. I was merely going to have him illuminate the corner so we could see who you were. But that will
Sometimes
save
I
us the
miss.
effort.
Well,
And
murder
as
mystery
you
solved.
say that,
Well
all of
done.
a sudden, you can barely see it through the hole, but all of a sudden a female figure starts to stand out of the dark shadow in the back of the room into the moonlight that you guys can see kind of shining through some of the windows on the second floor. She, as she lurks out of the shadows, you can see that she is dressed in some simple traveling clothes. She also has a cloak kind of that she wears. It's kind of a dark brown cloak that is hooded, but she has the hood down. She has kind of palish skin, looks to be human, and has long blonde hair that looks a little matted. Looks like it hasn't been well kept. That kind of comes down to probably between her shoulder blades and her back as she approaches forward. And at that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our 5-minute break for the evening, so that when we come back, we can do. You can find out more about this mysterious new character that you guys have come across here in the Nightstone Inn. So those of you who are watching,
of
thanks
Clear.
again. Man, this has been a pretty exciting episode so far with a lot of interesting dynamics going on. It's been so fun. But we're gonna take a 5-minute break to get a quick snack and a refill of drinks and things like that, and we will be back in just a moment. So we'll look forward to seeing you in just a short time.
Yes.
There we go. Well, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for being patient with us as we took our short break. But we are back here with our adventurers exploring Nightstone.
Pretty sweet.
That did not work as well as it was supposed to.
Yeah, that
And
was
not
a
only-
nice try. Hey,
And
for
also, our players are having some fun
Audience.
with their random headbands that they're enjoying.
We're a little special sometimes.
That's what makes it fun. If you are not watching right now, you really ought to be. This is
For real. We're lit.
Our adventurers
There
are
we
in the
go.
middle of exploring Nightstone, who has been recently. They've discovered all these goblins have been basically raiding through the abandoned town. Just a minute ago, as Callista was kind of trying to listen and look up the steps, she noticed that there was somebody lurking the upstairs of the Nightstone Inn, kind of in the shadows, through the hole in the ceiling that the boulder had made that came down through. Muffins suggested that Lachlan fire an arrow up into the dark corner, and hearing that, she showed herself and started to step forward, and that's where we left off before our break. So, what say you? What would you like to do?
They're still in the other room.
Yeah, Gum Gum and Moby are having a heart-to-heart, it looks like.
We're over here just like, we're friends, we'll help you with your feelings. And then behind us, like, oh
Yeah,
no.
is she in the light now?
Yeah, you can see her. She's standing in what seems to be some moonlight shining through a window on the upstairs.
Let's start with basics. What's your name?
My name is Kella.
Kella. Why? What were you doing hiding up there?
I was trying to find a way out, but after the attack, the goblins came, and I was unable to get out, so I've been hiding here ever since.
How long ago was the first attack?
I believe it was 3 days ago. I've been up here for so long that the nights and the days seem to be running together.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure, absolutely.
And these cursed rolls.
She seems to be honest with you. Nothing you really notice stands out about her. She seems frightened.
Are there others with you?
Not that I have seen, but I've been trapped up here the whole time.
Let us just get to the point of the matter. Are you the one who shot this goblin?
Yes, it was me. And she shows you she has a crossbow behind her back, and then quickly puts it back behind her cloak.
Alright, so you've been here for days, yet you just shoot a goblin. So, why were you here in the first place? Why didn't you leave with the other people?
Well, I was in this room when the boulder came through. Everybody kind of ran out. I felt like
And
my
you
best.
didn't think to follow them an hour later, the next day? What kept you here?
I wanted to leave, but the goblins came so quick. I'm just a traveling monk, you see. I'm just here to help people.
I'm gonna walk out of the room that Gum Gum and the rest were in,
Okay, so
if I could.
Moby came in to talk, so he would be there. I guess Gum Gum would be out here too.
No, never mind. I'm with Gum Gum.
Oh,
Gum Gum and I are having a grand old time.
Yeah, you're having a conversation.
Distracting.
Distracting Gum Gum.
But I just want to say, like, Gum Gum doesn't know who shot who. I'm going to have. Wait, is that Is that metagaming?
With you in the other room, technically, yes, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think we're
Then-
all thinking that anyway, and
Player knowledge to player knowledge. Gum Gum doesn't know anything. Character knowledge is it.
Well, you do notice that Gum Gum has been eyeing up your holy symbol, Diana.
Oh,
She's
this whole thing.
Gum Gum think that nice.
Gum Gum better step back. I will. I love my deity, but I will smack a hoe in the name of Ilmater.
That escalated quickly.
Better back up.
Escalated very quickly. Gum Gum kind
That's
of.
dedication
Oh
to
my
your
God, I
faith,
gotta
Gum
right?
Gum kind of
That's
holds.
right, but I'll smack a hoe.
Gum Gum kind of holds up her hands and just backs away a little bit. Gum Gum no take.
Thank you.
Gum
Good.
Gum like to look nice too.
Aw, I can do your makeup.
Oh my god.
Gum Gum seems
If
to
I
be
Bipolar issues.
Gum Gum seems to be intrigued by this.
Can I like do her makeup? Can I like give her like lipstick and like eyeliner and like eyeshadow?
Do you have
God.
lipstick and eyeliner and eyeshadow?
I mean, if we wanted to be like cool about it, then yeah, I do. But if not, then I don't.
If a disguise kit.
Yeah, like
I don't have that.
I have a
though.
disguise. Do I have? No, I don't.
yeah, somebody who has a disguise kit would probably have some of that stuff.
No, well, I don't. Next time, maybe. I have an apartment in a city. We'll just go back, and it'll be fun.
Gum Gum kind of glows with a smile, and as she smiles, you realize she only has like 4 or 5 teeth.
She is still cute.
They're all yellow and nasty.
Yeah. You're still cute, girl. You just gotta get like there's like homemade like teeth whitening recipes.
What?
Maybe
wrong?
that's why they have the humans back at their cave.
Muffins going to walk over towards Callista a little bit and say as quietly as he can, and how do we deal with this problem now? We have the goblin that we've agreed to assist, and the murderer we've agreed to find.
What's her name again?
Kella.
Kella.
Here, I'll type it in the chat.
Look, if you ask me, like something just doesn't add up about this
Kella?
whole situation.
Is anyone else upstairs? Goblins, human, anybody?
No, there's no one else up here. It's just me.
Well, honestly, I think we should get out of this city and notify the people we just parted with. I can't remember her name either right now. Or go.
I assume you're referring to the acolyte we were traveling with, Natasha Greenfeather.
That's the one.
Kella looks down to you guys and says, "Well, we could always check the keep.
Where's the keep?
We might be able to find Miss Lady Nandar there."
All right, lead the way then. I think that's the best bet. First of all,
Yes, but how do we deal with the goblin in the other room with Diana?
I really don't care how we deal with her. I mean, it's not like she can lie to her, tell her we can't find it. I don't know.
Hang on, before we head out, I got a question for you, Keller. So you say you've been holed up here for days, yet you've been afraid to come out because of all the goblins, but with one arrow you take out a goblin, just one shot. That's a pretty pinpoint shot too.
Would you like me not to defend myself? I'm afraid
No,
for my
I just-
life.
I just want to know you had the gusto to strike down a goblin and with quite a direct shot. Is this the type of thing you've done before?
As a traveling monk, I've run into goblins before, yes. And I know how to defend myself if I need to. Do I like to kill things? No. But I was afraid that he saw me.
And how long did you say the goblins had been here?
Probably since just a few hours after the rocks started falling from the sky. There were just giant footfalls that came from outside as well. I just panicked.
Noted. Alright, thank you. I'm gonna go down to a Gum Gum.
Okay. Gum Gum is just like standing there, kind of like in awe of Diana right now.
Sorry to interrupt whatever romance thingy you got going on here. No. But Gum Gum. How after the boulders started to fall did you come to be in this town?
Gum Gum.
Days, hours?
Gum Gum got here a few hours ago.
A few hours ago.
Yeah.
Did you come with your friends?
Yeah, we all came together.
Can I insight that?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, Gum Gum's absolutely telling the truth. But her story pretty much matches everything that she says.
All right. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna walk up to Gum Gum. I'm gonna ignore Kella for the moment. Oh wait, where's Gum Gum? In here? Or in the
Gum Gum's still in the kitchen area.
Okay.
Callista, as you walk down, I'm just gonna like kind of grab you and be like, I don't think Kella's being completely honest with us. I know it's odd to trust a goblin, but it's important to see both sides of the story, and everything Gum Gum has said is added up, but something just isn't right with Kella. She's not telling us the truth. She's suspicious.
I go to Gum Gum and I ask, how did Hark know that the giants were coming? How did he find out this Nightstone was attacked?
Humans came to hideout. Humans came to hideout, and Hark took humans, and humans tell Hark's story.
Okay, when did humans come to your hideout?
Maybe 2 nights ago.
And he just sent you a couple hours ago to come here?
Oh yeah, we had preparations made. Things needed to be done.
Right.
Couple humans needed to be eaten.
Okay. Yeah. I go back to Kella, because this is weird. Kella, when did you say the goblins came after the giants? You said they came right away?
Oh yeah, it just seemed like it was no time at all. I mean, I had barely time to catch my breath.
And how long were you hiding for?
I've been hiding here for 3 days, if not more.
Uh-huh.
I mean, sometimes they run together. I've been so scared, sometimes I faint and I pass out and I sleep for hours, and just hoping that I can stay hidden.
Oh, is that what happened? So
I've been exhausted.
Completely possible, hypothetically, you could have only just had a 30-minute nap?
I guess it's possible, but I've been so famished. 3 days with only simple rations. It's just been very difficult.
Can I insight check her?
Yeah, absolutely.
And can I assist her with this? Because
that's...
Yeah, absolutely.
That timelines don't add up.
So give yourself advantage on this. Oh yeah, she's
I didn't... Yeah.
She's lying out her rear.
Yep. I'm gonna thorn whip around her neck.
Okay.
Yep. Because I'm losing patience, so that's
Look, girl, we calling you out.
Melee attack is 20. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna use my natural 20.
Hey!
Oh,
What a miss.
double the dice.
Oh,
Callista
it
is
seems quite a bit.
not.
Somebody's about to die.
What? Who is about to die? Gum Gum? Is Gum Gum gonna die?
So the nat 20 is used, so I want you to go ahead and roll 2d6 for me as this thorn whip shoots up into the second story.
Nice.
That's some
wow.
nice
Down.
damage.
Grabbing Kella and pulling her
Around her neck.
down. So I need you to
Yeah,
go
down
ahead
the
and roll an
stairs.
additional. Well, it's not down the stairs because she was up above where the boulder fell in. So you're actually pulling her through the hole. So she's actually
Right.
going to take falling damage too. So I need
Oh,
you to roll an
I
additional.
thought she was already at the top of the stairs, but no.
No,
Okay.
roll an
So what I roll?
roll an additional d6 for me for damage as she falls into the rubble. Right,
Yes.
right, actually in front of Muffin.
You've just
Oh
killed
my
this woman.
Goodness. So let me let me see what
I
happens.
put away
here.
my pipe, by the way. She's pissed.
Oh my goodness.
What the hell aren't you telling us?
So the thorn
She's
whip.
still conscious?
She is still conscious. The thorn whip wraps around her neck and yanks her violently through this hole. She comes crashing down into the rubble of the crashed wooden furnishings, through the dresser, through the bed area, and just furnishings go flying everywhere. She's actually laying prone now, right in front of Muffin, with this thorn whip attached around her neck. And just in there, like you can see that the thorn whip had gashed her neck to shreds as she's just kind of pouring blood from her neck.
And with my other hand, I'm gonna have my dagger out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I asked her, what the hell aren't you telling us? You're lying. I don't
Okay.
have time for games. Tell me what the hell's going on.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check for me. With
Usually I would
advantage.
condone this type of thing, but I'm okay with it. Blackthorn, this is a one-off. Don't get any ideas.
Intimidation? Yeah?
Yeah, intimidation, yes. With advantage. Oh yeah, that's good enough. She's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What am I not telling you? My name is Kella. I'm here because I was sent here
By who?
by the Zhentarim. They sent me here to get more information about Nightstone. They want to make this into a base. And she's like grabbing her neck, and the blood's kind of pouring out from her fingers and things like that from her neck.
Could you repeat who she said sent her? It cut out.
The Zhentarim.
Zhentarim.
If you want to, you can make a. Let me see. What kind of check would this be?
History?
Yeah, let's make it a history check. You can roll a history.
Can I get in on this?
You
Or
can.
is she saying it right in front of him?
Yeah, anybody that's in that room that heard it, you can make a history check if you want.
Okay. I'm going to burn my DM inspiration. No, I already said I was going to, so. Just, let's see. History. That roll. There it goes.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, I will take that.
Actually, Muffin, you've read a little bit about the factions in Faerun. And,
I've read everything.
and you know that the Zhentarim are a faction that is oftentimes is called the Black Network. and they like to work in secrets, and they really are a selfish group that tends to focus on whatever way they can gain and maintain power, whether it's helping good aligned individuals or evil aligned individuals. It does not matter to them. They are completely focused on power and prestige, and whatever means necessary they need to take to get that is what they will do. Their symbol,
It is the mafia.
yeah. They will work. It doesn't matter who you are. They will work for you if you've got enough money in your pocket and you got enough power that you're willing to give to them for their organization. So, in comparison to the other factions that you've read about, the other factions are relatively. Their purpose is to, help people or help nature, or even to, maintain the economy of the cities and things like that. Like the Lord's Alliance focusing on the safety of the cities and that kind of thing. The Zhentarim, they don't care. They're out to gain whatever power they possibly can. You know that their symbol is kind of a symbol of. They have a symbol of a flying snake is kind of like their logo.
So Muffin will look to the group and advise everyone. This group she speaks of, power-hungry serpents. Not interested at all in the greater good or anything that it seems to be the lot of you are looking into. Throw a coin at her and she'll do whatever you want her to.
When did you get here?
Right, we got Zos back.
Yeah, I've been here for a while.
Good.
I just didn't want to say anything. I mean, we were in the middle of all the drama. I'm with Gum Gum going over makeup techniques. Like,
Okay.
girl, just contour that cheekbone structure. You beautiful.
Nice. Callista, what was that last question you asked, Kella?
When did you really get here? When did they send you here?
I've been here for a few days before the attack. That's the truth.
Did you know about the attack before you came here?
No, I had no.
Is that the reason for you coming here?
I had no idea. I wouldn't have been here if I'd known this was going to happen. I almost lost my life here. But then once the attack happened and everybody fled, it left me with a great opportunity.
And what was that?
Well, with no one here, I was going to go speak to leadership. See about how we could, figure out how we can have this to be a Zhentarim base.
There's no one at the keep, is there?
Are you asking her that?
Yep.
I have no idea. I have not been there. After the attack, the bridge got knocked out that leads up to the keep. And these stinking goblins came in, and I haven't been able to make my way over there. I was going to do it tonight, but then they all showed up.
And what
there may
was your
actually be a
intention at the
few
keep?
survivors at the keep.
I was going to seek out Lady Nandar and speak to her about coming up with a plan.
I'm assuming that plan included money.
Doesn't everything include money?
Not really, no. A lot of things that have nothing to do with money.
Really?
Lachlan, I still have a lot to teach you. We'll get to that.
Muffin looks over at Moby. Do you think perhaps we should remove her weapons where she has been lying to us?
I think we should just remove her from our sights. Give her safe passage out of the city. Tell her leadership that this place is protected and there will be people flooding back here any day now.
That's your plan.
see no reason why she should be here or needs to be here. Yet there is no reason. I don't want to resort
are
to
all three
extreme
gnomes
measures
there?
like death.
Yeah,
All
all,
three.
yeah, all three of them are in there.
Okay, I go to Lachlan and I'm like, grab her weapons.
All right. So she's prone right now, right? I'm gonna start approaching her to. I guess she's gripping. Like, is she gripping a crossbow in her hand right now?
The
Or
crossbow seems to be slung over her back. Let me double check something really quick.
Sure.
You can see that she's got kind of like a quiver that's kind of hidden under her cloak as well that contains her crossbow bolts. And
You're giving those back to her when she leaves the city, Lachlan.
Yes.
They're not
Really?
They are not yours. Yes, really. Sorry.
Looks kind of nice.
So let's hand the bloodthirsty murderer weapons that have distance on them so they can shoot back at us for putting a fork in her plan.
And you also notice as you're approaching to take her weapons, Lachlan, that she does have a short sword slung on the belt on her belt.
Ooh.
A sheath there.
Interesting. Then noticing the short sword, I'm first gonna go for that.
Okay. As you approach, she kind of like looks towards you. She's still gripping the thorn whip around her neck and says, to you, "What are you doing?"
Well,
We need to make sure that these proceedings will be a little safer for us.
we clearly can't trust you.
Fair enough. You can take them.
Cool.
Get them back. It's fine.
Maybe.
Some insurance.
Make a perception check for me, Lachlan.
Absolutely.
Okay. You don't really notice anything other than the weapons as you kind of pull them off. So right now you're holding on to. You have a basically a hand crossbow is what you have. It's a really kind of a small crossbow, but it has 18 bolts, and you also gained a short sword.
I'm looking at that hand crossbow. I'm kind of like examining it. I look over to Moe. I'm like, do I really have to give this back?
I mean, we'll see. If you behave, I can let one slide. It's not a definite yes, though. So, be on your best behavior.
It's a mother's maybe.
Exactly.
I'm like slipping it into my cloak.
Gum Gum looks at Diana and says, "So Gum Gum, put dark area under cheeks and
Yes.
make cheeks
And
go
then-
up."
Yeah. And then you want it putting on like a red lipstick like makes the face more youthful, but I would recommend like a brown for your skin tone. Like that would just be really complimentary, I think. Because green, yeah. Brown lipstick, yeah. And you've got like great eyebrow structure. You just gotta fill that in a little bit.
What about Gum Gum hair? And Gum Gum leans her head forward, and you look down at this like stringy, nasty, knotted, matted hair that kind of is very. It almost looks like she's got this huge receding hairline, and then it pulls back into this ponytail, and you can see like as she like gestures to you to almost like run your hands through her hair, but you can see that there's these really small bugs crawling in it.
Okay, well, the thing is that you gotta work with what you've got, honey, okay? So, and you know what? Don't let people judge you for anything. So, the hair, the bugs, first of all, those gotta go, because that's just not healthy.
Bugs?
Yeah, you've got like some like lice and everything, but that's okay. There are treatments for that. You can handle, it's okay. You can do that. You might even consider going bald. Bald is like, that's like kind of in, like a shaved head, like that's like kind of hot, like
Edgy.
yeah.
Gum Gum no hair?
It can be hot to some people. Like you could be like a real MILF, right? Like
Gum Gum reaches up and almost like discovers that she's got a bug in her hair, and she pulls a bug out, and she looks at it. She's, oh, gum gum, and then puts it in her mouth and starts to chew it.
Oh. So
She's a monkey.
I can't see that.
I bet your husband is a lucky man. Or wife, whatever you prefer.
He is. And she
He
starts to move
sure
her eyebrows up
is.
and down towards you, Diana. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Are you guys ready for us yet?
meanwhile, in the other room, Kella looks back at Lachlan and Muffin and is like, "Are you done with me? What are you gonna do with me?"
Well, let's take you to the keep. That's where you wanted to go, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, we're offering you safe passage. You should be pleased.
She kind of nods and I guess so.
There are a lot of worse things you could have run into than us. So, I mean, count yourself lucky.
And I tell her, if I drop this, are you gonna behave?
I will follow.
Insight?
Go ahead, sure.
My character is not a fan of humans, so...
Mother, I would like to friend. That's awesome.
Yeah.
For the most part, Callista, you think she's being honest. I mean, she's looking kind of hurt right now, so she.
Yeah, I let it go. I let her go.
She's got a
I
lot of
drop it.
lacerations around her neck and lower jaw area from all the thorns of the whip, and a few visible bruises and bumps, and even a bleeding forehead from when she fell into the rubble down below.
I'm gonna offer her some water from my water skin.
Okay. She kind
You
of
look
quick.
pretty beat up. Like, take a drink.
She takes it and she starts to drink.
While this is going on, I want to hide the crossbow and the bolts, like in my clothes, like hide them very carefully.
Okay. Lachlan's over there shuffling around. He's like tucking the crossbow and bolts in. You don't seem to have any problem hiding it away,
Cool.
Lachlan, in your armor. I guess were you wearing like studded leather or something like that?
Leather armor and like clothes as well.
Okay.
Do we want to take a rest, or do we want to head to the keep now? I'm fine either way.
I'm personally fine. I could keep moving, but whatever you wanted to do.
Can we trust these two?
Probably
Oh,
not.
It
Can we
really
trust
depends
anyone?
on how much
I can hardly
information they
trust
manage
you,
to
Lachlan.
figure out.
I look at Kella and I tell her, keep your mouth shut about the dead one.
I will.
Alright.
Muffin just sort of has a dumbfounded look on his face after hearing his own flesh and blood say he's interpreting the statement to mean that his own flesh and blood doesn't trust him.
Gramps, I meant those two.
I'm not referring to you, Lachlan.
So I guess we'll just have a short rest in this inn?
Sure. Yeah.
Is that cool by everybody? And then we head to the keep?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that should work.
Kella looks at you.
I'll walk out now with.
Kella looks at Muffin and Lachlan and Callista and Moby who are there, and is kind of like, well, there are a few guest rooms up here that haven't been damaged. Sure beats resting on the ground.
I'll walk in with Gum Gum now.
Okay. So Diana.
I don't think
Gum
we'll
Gum
be
walk
here that
in.
long. We are merely patching up, and that's it.
I'm not going upstairs. I'm just going to sit on the stairs. So I'm just going to sit on the stairs.
Okay.
Oh, who's this lovely new lady?
She kind of scowls towards you, Diana. As she's
Yeah.
has her hands covering some of her bleeding wounds around her neck.
I give her like a
Mask,
little
Diane.
bit of the evil eye, and then smile nicely to Gum Gum, like, no worries, dear.
Muffin looks over at Diane and says, "She is a survivor of the attack."
Is she? Okay. Okay. I'm not trusting her one bit yet.
Gum
Okay, what?
grabs you, Diana, and starts to kind of like pull on your waist a little bit, kind of like
Yes.
gesturing for you to like come down to her level a little bit so she can say something to you.
Okay. I'll kneel down.
Okay. And as
What is it?
She kind of covers up with one hand and Gum likes taste humans.
I'll whisper back, Gum Gum needs to chill. And we're gonna go.
And actually, Diana, when Gum was speaking to you, she has awful breath. Like, you can barely take standing that close to her without smelling how hideous her breath is.
I have a 16 constitution. I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It rumbles your stomach a little bit, but it doesn't come up or anything, so you're all good.
I can remain impassive. We're gonna talk to you about like some like mouthwash.
Awesome.
During the short rest, Muffin is going to try to get a couple of moments to talk to Diana away from Gum and the others.
Okay. What's up?
Yeah, you guys are all just kind of like resting around. If you need to use a hit dice, you can, but I don't think any of you really need to use a hit die. During a short rest, you only get certain things back, and it depends on your class.
Yeah, like, my question is, do we even need a short rest? Like, do we gain anything from sitting here?
I will.
You will?
Me too. I don't have any
Do
spells.
I get spells back or no?
It depends
Is it
on
a long
it depends on your class. Some
Druid?
classes do get them, some classes don't.
I
short
think
rest.
Druid does,
Cleric?
but I don't know if it's after... Oh, hold on, let me
think it's
flip
level
through.
Yeah, I
I
can't
think it's a
remember. Second
circle
level?
of the land druid that gets her spells back. level
Oh, then
Oh, it's land, okay.
I don't even think I've chosen one yet.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's level
Yeah,
1.
no, you don't choose that till level 2, so
yeah.
Druids don't get anything back immediately.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
What about
Clerics need a long rest.
Yeah,
Clerics.
Clerics at a long rest, so yeah, I'm the only one who gets a benefit of one spell slot back.
Dang.
Yeah, so based on the only thing that's really going to benefit you guys is in terms of spells is a long rest right now.
Right. Do we want to risk a long rest?
If we took watches
Yeah, of course. I'm not
and
leaving
tied
this-
up that one shady girl.
We should tie up you know who too.
Gum Gum is a precious little bean. Don't insult her.
I think
She's
things are
an
going in
adorable
our
little
favor.
green olive, and I will not stand for any slander.
As you're talking about that, you look over and Gum is rummaging through the contents of her burlap sack, and she pulls out a muffin and just starts devouring it. And she's like, "Oh, Gum love muffin."
You do you, Gum Gum. You do
Human flesh
you.
and muffins.
Flesh and muffins. The two main food groups for a goblin.
All right, let's do a long rest and keep watch, and then we head to the keep. That's my
I'm
vote.
down.
Unless anyone has any arguments against it, that's what I think we should do.
I will arrange to take the first watch if we mean to do this, but if we shall, we should move up to the second floor,
Fair enough.
as the other one suggested, as down here it is too many points of egress to this location.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and the pantry room with that boulder kind of coming through the corner like that. As somebody climbed over all the rubble, they could easily get into that pantry room in the back.
Diana, do you have a moment to speak with me?
Oh, of course. What's up?
And I sort of pull her away from Gum and the rest of the group, so it's just the two of us off in a little spot.
Okay.
First off, wonderful idea on that muffin. It was absolutely marvelous.
Oh, wasn't it? Gosh, it was so good.
As a second point, I don't know if the others have said anything to you as of yet.
No.
The bound human is the one who murdered Gum's friend.
That's a bit complicated. They said that she was a survivor of the incident? So,
Yes, I'm exactly the one who said that, and that is technically accurate. She arrived here a few days before the attack. So she is a survivor, but it's not as if I can say in front of Gum Gum, here's the person who murdered you, as this one has been guaranteed safe passage to the keep. Not by me.
oh, okay. Well,
So
everyone deserves a second chance. We'll try this. We'll keep an eye on her, and we'll try this. And we'll not tell
leave
Gum
the
Gum.
information in your capable hands.
I will make sure that Gum Gum does not hear of this. And also, yeah, that everything runs smoothly.
Molfin will nod and then head back towards the rest of the group and offer to take the first watch.
Okay. So you guys planning on heading on upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys taking Kella and Gum Gum with you?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
absolutely should.
Yes.
Okay. Let me go ahead and pull you guys
Can I
to
check
the
for
second
traps
floor.
before we get to the second floor?
Sure, go ahead and make a perception check.
I don't trust this girl at all. Perception?
You go ahead and make an investigation. Let's do
Oh,
that, because you're actively looking for them.
Neither.
From what you can tell, you don't see anything. Seems to be fine.
Okay.
And you guys head up to the second floor. Okay, I'm gonna take off her prone symbol. She's no longer prone, but still very hurt. As you guys get up to the second floor, you notice that there are 4 doorways, 2 on the north end and 2 on the south.
And do we know which one is the... I'm assuming the ones on the south are the ones that had the hole in the ceiling?
Yeah, you're kind of assuming that it was this room here.
Okay. Then Molfin's just going to plop himself, sort of prop his old bones down in front of the stairs and say, who is to relieve me at the end of this watch?
I got you, Gramps.
Okay.
So,
Thank you, Lachlan.
I'll take third.
Muffin, Lachlan, and Callista?
Yep.
Okay. Who will be the last watch?
Gum Gum and I.
Gum Gum and Diana. Alright. we have formed a new tag team here in episode 2. Diana and Gum Gum.
And I take the 2 gnomes aside that are going to be taking watch, and I tell them to keep an eye on Kella, mostly. Don't let her... I don't know. Just keep an eye on her. I don't trust her.
Molfin nods and looks over his shoulder. Moby, be a dear, well, you're not taking a watch. Bunk with Kella and make sure that she is comfortable and
Let him get
motionless.
stabbed.
Sure. Why not?
Molfin will turn back to Callista. Problem
you-
resolved.
Hey, Moby, at least yours probably smells nice.
Oh.
That is
oh.
whispered as an aside. Gum Gum the doctor.
Well, it's never too early to tell, so here's hoping.
Here's hoping.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
so
going to take my rest.
So are you guys going to head into one of these rooms, or are you all just kind of chilling in the hallway with bedrolls, or what was your preference?
I'm fine with the hallway and with the bedroll.
Okay. So
Yeah,
Callista's-
doors are iffy.
Should we check out these rooms before we just fall asleep?
Keller,
Yeah,
I am
we
your
could- yeah,
shadow.
sure.
I would be following you anywhere you go. So,
Yeah,
I already
we can
have
check
one
the-
shadow. I don't think I need another.
well, you got one. So,
Well, tough.
You seem
Yeah, let's
awfully
check the
short to be my shadow.
That's fine. It's like the sun's at a really steep angle, so it makes me,
Haru.
you know how angles work and stuff. So
She gives
I love you, Matt Mercer. I'm sorry.
What happened?
Oh,
Shout
there's
out.
no McCree in this game.
Throw
In
in
my
Matt
heart. He's
Mercer
always
shout
in my
outs.
heart.
Here we go.
Well, you know, maybe people do a search for Matt Mercer on Twitch and it's not CR Night. They'll find us.
There you go. There you go. All right, so Callista is making herself comfortable in the hallway with a bedroll.
I'm gonna
unrolling it out
check-
there.
Check the rooms before I lay down, I guess.
Okay. Which one would you like to check out?
You said one is already destroyed, right? Because there's a hole in it, right?
Well, you believe it to be the one down here in the bottom right-hand corner, because there's that huge gaping hole that went through it.
How many doors are there?
There are 4. There's on the north side. There's one to the left side. There's a room here. Then there's a room opposite on the top,
Okay.
and it's the same way at the bottom. There's 2 rooms.
So there's 4 rooms. Okay, I tell Diana to check one, and I'll check the other. Like, I
Cool
guess
beans.
I'll check
I will.
this one. I'll check this one.
Okay.
I will listen in at the doors.
Yeah, listening,
You go
perception.
listen. Okay, go ahead and make make perception checks. Would you like me to roll yours?
It's actually going at like a reasonable pace right now, so
Okay.
we're gonna like
Go ahead, give it a shot.
see. Yeah, I'm gonna be really surprised if it works.
I'll get my room too. There's like one that I'm right in front of.
Oh yeah. You wanna? Are you listening at the doorway? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Callista and Lachlan, great rolls. You don't hear anything on the other side of the doorway.
Can I push it open?
I did it myself. It was poor, but I did it myself.
Oh.
Hooray!
Yeah, Diana, you don't really hear anything either. And yeah, Callista, you start to push the door open, and it opens into here. I'll remove the dynamic lighting here so I can open up the room. As you do open up the room, you do notice that this was a room that the corner it was above the kitchen, so the other boulder went through this corner, and it's completely.
Oh, wow.
And you notice that it completely opens up to the outside. Like you can actually see into the town of Nightstone. But you also notice that even though most of these furnishings were destroyed by the rock that came through, hanging on the east wall is a tapestry depicting a mountain landscape. And tucked under the window in the southwest corner is a locked iron chest.
Oh.
It looks like it's got a big, huge, kind of like master lock type thing just on the front of it.
I call over my shoulder. Who has the lockpick?
Reporting for duty.
So Lachlan, listening to the door, runs over through the hallway, jumps over Gum Gum, and is like there, like right away.
Yeah, I will.
This looks like a good one. Oh.
Oh
get
yeah.
it.
Alrighty. So
This-
I'm gonna get out my thieves' tools and kind of start.
Yeah, Lachlan, when you see this chest, this is a nicely constructed chest. I mean, it's pretty nice.
Captivating.
It looks heavy. It looks durable. It looks like it can handle a lot, and the lock itself looks to you rather difficult. It's a trickier one.
Oh, this one's gonna be fun. I'm gonna use my DM inspiration here as I.
All
Good
right, I think is that the last of the DM inspiration for everybody?
I think so.
I think
Maybe.
so. This will be our last. DM
Alrighty. So I'm using my
inspiration
thieves' tools here.
All right, thieves tools. Oh,
Nice.
So
Nice roll.
So
Yeah.
Lachlan is kind of hunched over down by the iron chest, and he's working at these thieves' picks into this lock.
Darn thing.
Kind of moving. Yeah. He's going over and over, and all of a sudden, you hear the sound that you've been waiting for, Lachlan, as it clicks, and the lock pops free of the iron chest. Yes. And,
Like music.
and the lock just falls to the wooden floor with a thud.
Okay, now someone else open it.
Well, Lachlan doesn't want to open it. He's like, I got the lock. I'm done.
Why don't
I'll-
we both check for traps before we open this thing?
Sounds good.
Okay. Would that be investigation?
Yeah, sure. Mhm. Lachlan, you're just
It's perfectly safe.
you're so impressed with your ability to pick that lock that you don't even care. You're just saying like,
This thing's my baby.
if it was trapped, it probably would have went off on me already.
Yeah.
Callista, you as you're kind of looking around, you don't see anything that would trigger any trap on this particular chest, and you think possibly it would have probably blown up on Lachlan already if it had been.
Fair enough. I open it.
Okay, you open it up. It opens up with a creaking of the hinges on the back. And you notice inside is a neatly folded suit of chainmail
Oh.
sized for a dwarf. You also see on the side there is a dwarven metal helm. And there's also a leather bag that's kind of tied up.
I take the bag.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I look at Lachlan, I'm like, any of your gnome family can wear these things?
Let's see if anyone. Hey guys, we found some chainmail in here.
Can I look in the pouch?
Oh yeah, you open up the bag and you can see that inside there are several coins, 45 gold pieces to be exact, Callista.
Woohoo!
There are also 2 nice-looking gemstones inside, and I just need to find out what gemstones those are for you.
Okay.
One you find looks to be an amethyst. It's a transparent deep purple in color.
Ooh.
And you find also a coral gem, which is kind of opaque crimson. And they're not super small, but they're not huge gems by any means.
What was the second one? A coral?
Coral, yes.
Coral.
So those are the 2 gemstones that are in there, and you also find there's one more thing in there. Let me see. Oh, you find what seems to be like a glass flask that is corked at the top, containing a liquid inside, and I'm gonna just kind of explain to you what color the liquid is as soon as I find these. Okay, it's actually a blue liquid inside that seems to it appears to be if it's boiling inside, but it's not hot to the touch.
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna put the pouch in my pocket and take it. Keep
Okay.
keep it all in the same pouch and take it.
Okay.
Yep.
You're sharing that gold with everyone, right? Right?
Yes, yes. I mostly want the purple stone. I'm not. It's party funds. I'll carry the party funds. It's fine. I got it.
Cool. Diana, were you opening the door to that southern room?
Yes.
Okay.
Why not?
Let's go ahead and reveal that room for you. So as that door is open, you look inside and you notice that this appears to be just a standard guest bedroom with some standard furnishings. There's a bed in the back. There's a few dressers, things, just a small table over by the window. Nothing really kind of stands out or draws your attention. Looks like a comfortable place to sleep.
I'll, is there any, kind of check underneath the bed, see if anyone hid anything?
Sure, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Okie dokie. And We're gonna see if it goes on its own.
It's gonna go. I have a feeling.
I do too. It's not being like terribly like slow, so I'm probably just gonna press it like 100 times and then it'll definitely go at some point.
There it is.
Oh.
Nice roll.
Hey!
Very good. As you're kind of looking around the room, the moonlight kind of cascading through the window, you're peeking under the bed and you kind of lift up the mattress. And there is a rolled up piece of parchment
Ooh.
that was stuck underneath the mattress.
Okay. I'm just gonna yoink that.
Okay.
Yoink.
Yoink. Okay. You don't seem to see anything else. There's a couple crumbs of things left under the bed.
Okay. What is the parchment? Is it just parchment paper or is there something written on it?
As you unroll it, you can see that it appears to be some type of scroll written with some nice script on it.
Lovely. I'll put that in my pocket and I'll bring it back to the party and I'll be like, hey, I found a scroll that's just really good calligraphy. Very well made.
We have a helm and chainmail in the other room if anyone wants it.
We could sell that when we get back to civilization.
If you'd like, I can take a look at the scroll for you. I have the ability to test and see if there is any arcane essence within it.
Awesome. I'll hand that over.
Okay. So, Muffin, are you going to kind of be dabbling over that during your watch, during the rest?
During my watch, I will take a few minutes and use Identify as a ritual cast.
Oh, excellent. Cool. Now, Lachlan, were you wanting to check out that other door to the north?
Yeah, anyone want to help me take a look there?
Sure, I'll go.
Okay, you guys go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Lachlan,
Let's go.
didn't hear
Yeah.
anything, so I'm assuming you're opening the door.
Absolutely.
And I
Hey
am
guys,
as
don't
well.
forget the armor.
Lachlan, as you open this this door, when you open, you look through, and this is another guest bedroom that contains 2 beds. There's a wardrobe, a desk, and a matching chair to go with the desk. There's an oil lamp that sits on one corner of the desk, and another one sits on a small table between the 2 beds. And there's a comfortable bearskin rug that lies on the floor. Other than that,
I'm gonna lay down on it a little bit and go, oh, that feels good.
Lachlan's rolling.
Do you want
in the
a
fur
foot
of the bear.
massage? Can I walk on your back and do one of those thingies? Do some chiropractic? Can we do that? Can I make a medicine check and can I do chiropractic on him?
Sure, go ahead. Make a
I'm
medicine.
able to walk for days.
There's going to be a nat 1 and he's going to be crippled.
I have a plus
Levitate
4.
me
I have a
everywhere.
4 on
So
medicine.
Lachlan's laying, and all of a sudden Diana asked for permission, but before she got an answer, she just started walking on the back of Lachlan.
Stop.
And
I rolled an 8,
Lachlan,
and then I rolled a lot more.
Lachlan, you can tell that Diana does not have much experience in doing this, and she's stepping on every part of your body that hurts the most.
Oh, that was an organ. That was an organ. Pretty sure that was an organ.
That wasn't working for you.
Doesn't seem to be
think
doing
I-
any
I
long-term
wet myself.
damage, but
Practice makes perfect, and we all have to sacrifice sometimes. Don't be a little baby.
Awesome. Other than that, Lachlan, you don't really see anything that stands out to you in this room. It just seems like another comfortable place to sleep. This room containing 2 beds.
Yeah. Can I check out the desk and the wardrobe real quick?
Sure, absolutely. You can go ahead and do an investigation check.
Totally.
Oh yeah, I will also investigate.
All right, go ahead.
I just want to make all of the rolls right now while I have like the internet power. to
Yeah,
do
help me
that.
out. See if there's anything in this stuff.
I did not help.
Yeah, Diana goes straight for the bed again, lifting up the mattresses, like seeing if there's anything else under the mattresses. Unfortunately, except for a couple small spiders that skitter away whenever you move the bed, you don't really see anything.
Feed those the gum gum.
Lachlan, you're kind of opening up the drawers of the wardrobe, and all you find in the wardrobe is an old wool sock. And in the desk, as you're kind of weaving through it, you find about 3 copper pieces
Ooh, shiny.
and some just trash pieces of paper that don't mean anything.
I found a pretty great piece of paper. Just saying.
Yeah, hey, Gramps, any news on that one?
I don't know. Let's ask the DM.
As your 10 minutes of this ritual takes place and you're casting the spell and using all your vocalizations to make this happen, you're looking over this and you do realize it is a spell scroll of detect magic. And I believe that is on your spell list, correct?
It
Muffin?
is.
So that is something that you could actually use and cast if you needed to use it.
Would you like to
So-
keep it?
Muffin will fill in the group and say, well, if nobody objects, I would
Yeah. go
definitely
ahead.
like to hold on to this. I can transcribe it into my spell book, and this way we'll be able to have access to this ability at our beck and call when needed.
Yes, that's very good. I say you keep that.
And you can all
Thank you, my dear.
And you can all thank the viewers and the voters on Twitter for that, because
Thank
that
you,
was...
viewers and voters. Even though I was one of the voters.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you to me.
Because that was one of the viewer decisions.
Hooray! Viewers gave me a new spell. Well,
Yay!
will once I get some money.
Cool. All right, so what are you guys up to now?
I guess we're taking a rest.
It looks like we're taking a rest, and
Take your
I got
rest.
first watch.
Okay.
Yep, I'm shadowing Kella. I'm looking up at her. Yep, just following her wherever she goes.
Okay.
Me and Gum Gum sleeping.
That bearskin rug, I'm zonked out.
Oh, on the bearskin rug. So Lachlan's
With your
in-
new backaches.
Yeah.
So Lachlan's
I
in here
wanna-
crashing on the bearskin rug.
Oh
I
yeah, I'll
wanna
take a
put
bed.
My bed roll by the stairs, like not on the stairs, but like by the top of the stairs. So if I hear anything from below, I could like hear it.
Okay. So
That
I'll,
makes
I'll
sense.
put you kind of right here, Callista. So
Yeah,
that way you're
yeah.
right there. Diana wanted a bed. Did you want the big bed you found
Yes.
the scroll under?
Yeah, sure. That'll fit both me and Gum Gum because I assume she's gonna be next to me like the entire night.
Oh yeah, Gum Gum will come down here as well.
Snuggle.
I assume she's like an attached little like thing now. Like
Yeah. You start to scratch every once in a while as some of the bugs from her hair start crawling on you.
oh, I'm gonna get lice.
Rustic.
Oh no.
Kella just finds a corner in the hallway and just kind of sits in the corner, kind of all kind of
Oh,
curled
okay.
up and just
We'll
like.
be sleeping uncomfortable then. Good to know.
And I believe Muffins on first watch, so he'll be right at the top
Yep.
of the steps, I
But-
guess.
Yeah, sitting there looking down the stairs, and every couple of minutes looking over to where Moby and Keller are all curled up in the corner together.
Excellent. Let's have Muffin, Lachlan, Callista, and Diana all make a perception check for their watches. Okay.
So, Kella, do you know any games we can play to pass the time?
Wow. If we're gonna die, it's gonna happen in the first half of the night.
Nice knowing you guys.
I'm not in the mood to play. I need to rest.
Does Gum
so-
Gum want to play patty cake?
I spy with my little eye. I spy with my little eye something beginning with G.
Something beginning with B.
I spy with my little eye. A
She
gnome
looks at
that's
you
gonna
with
be
this-
dead if he doesn't shut up.
She looks at you with a glare and is like, I can think of a few words that start with a B that I want to call you right now, but I will hold my tongue.
Bashful, beautiful. What have you got? Lay 'em on me.
You're thinking the complete wrong end of the spectrum, little one.
Boring. I'm anything but boring. I don't know. You got me.
I'm going to
I
sleep.
guess it's your turn.
And she pulls her hood over her head and just kind of sinks down into the corner.
Oh, I can help you sleep. Let me play you a song, and I'm gonna pull out a little harp that I have.
Make a performance check.
Are you a bard?
We've
Make-
residual.
Roll performance for us, Moby. Eh,
Nat 20, nat 20.
it's just average. You guys have heard
mean,
people play this instrument before, and he sounds like he's okay enough at it, but he's definitely he misses strings every once in a while, and
Granted, I do need a little work, but it's gonna. I just know it. Any
Muffin starts to get
helpful
irritated
tips
and
you
throws the frying pan at him.
enough?
Go ahead and make a dex attack roll, Muffin,
Oh, Jesus. Well, I got a +2 to it, so.
just to see where this thing lands when you whip it at him.
It's like
Man, if I had my DM inspiration.
it's like La Chancla, like you throw your slipper at somebody, you throw the sandal.
Wow.
You throw the pan, the frying pan, and it hits the wall next to Kella, and bounces off the wall, and drops down next to her. Her head just like whips up and looks over towards you.
Oh,
Yeah,
percussion.
I glare at both of them. I'm like, will you be quiet?
It needs some percussion. Yes. Let me go the beat.
I apologize, everyone. I was aiming for his head.
Don't miss next time. And I go back to
Well,
sleep.
I wonder what kind of sound that would make. Interesting.
And with the soothing melodies of Moby's harp going in between the ringing and tolling of the bell, which has not
And I gotta-
stopped
I'm
this
start
whole
singing.
time. Is continuing.
We should have killed them.
Yeah, I'm regretting not killing them.
As your eyes close and you fall asleep, we will call that the end of our session for this evening, the end of episode 2.
Yay!
Wow.
Gum Gum and Diana. It's iconic. I ship it.
Gum Gum and Diana. Oh, that is awesome.
Our ship name could be Dum Dum.
Dum Dum.
Yeah, that's our team.
Dum Dum and
Team
Gum Gum.
Dum Dum. Yeah.
That's
I was
amazing.
sort of
That's-
counting on Diana to tell Gum Gum. I ain't gonna lie.
Cool. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it tonight. That was awesome.
that's
A
awesome.
lot of role play involved tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of engaging with different characters. You guys were not easily duped by all the lies that you've heard this evening. So
You don't trust no one.
Callista doesn't trust anybody. She
Callista,
I could tell she
Diana,
knew
we all
something was
crush
up.
it.
Especially humans. Like, she hates humans. Even though she's half human, she's like, fuck them, they're always lying. No.
Swear jar.
Sorry. Here goes. I'm gonna be owing like 100 gold by the end of this.
Well, hey, those are party funds. You don't have 100 gold.
Or in real life.
Well, for those of you that were tuning in tonight, we're just grateful that you watched, and we will be back next week. JJ, I don't know if you heard this or not. I guess Critical Role is moving to Friday next week because they're going to be just for next week because they're going to be at Gen Con. Are you available to run on Thursday at the same time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Let's do
'cause
it.
I think I heard from everybody else, and everybody else was cool with that. But I just want to make sure it was cool with you before I said we were going to meet on Thursday.
Nah, I'm good.
Awesome.
One day early.
Yep, 1 day early. So we'll be going live Thursday night next week for episode 3, and we will see how our party handles these two. I guess they're considered captives, even though Gum Gum is very happy to be on Diana's team right now.
Stockholm syndrome.
No, we're just
It really is.
I'm gonna do her makeup.
So we will see how this all pans out next week. Once again, a big thank you to Team MZ for supporting us, and for you, the viewers, for supporting us, and for jumping on Twitter and casting your votes for viewer decisions. But tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to end with our party decision for awarding inspiration. First of all, I'm going to turn that bell off.
Yes, please.
I had tuned it out.
I didn't even.
I wasn't even
realize
hearing it.
Yeah, I didn't
it was
even notice
going
it.
anymore.
Yeah.
It was giving me a headache for the first half, and then the second half I was able to ignore it.
I was really hoping that you guys would do something in the temple to get rid of that bell.
That's
But,
I tried. They shut it down. Let's smoke them out. You just want to smoke.
Careful what you do, Dean.
And keep the bell. I said we have it through
So
the
many
whole
iconic
campaign.
quotes tonight.
So, we got.
Yeah.
Cool. So basically, who stood out to do something RP wise, or we didn't have a lot of combat tonight, but
No.
I don't think there's any.
anything that stood out to you guys that was just unique, or something spectacular, or something that jumps out that we can vote on to give a character inspiration, or even a nat 20 for next week.
The bag theft.
I like the multi-story thorn whip.
The multi-story thorn whip, the bag theft.
The bag theft. Oh, that was incredible.
But I also like Diana giving makeup.
Yeah,
Makeup
that's
for a goblin.
that was pretty
She
fun
needed
too.
it.
I lucked out with that stairway because I thought she was standing at top of the stairs. I thought she would just take small fall damage. I didn't expect her to still be in the hole,
No, sorry.
which was extra. I'm like, oh sure, I'll take that.
So we've got Muffin with the bag. We've got Diana with her partnership with Gum Gum. And
The makeup.
Yeah, the makeup. Yeah, the makeup did the trick right there.
Yep.
And we've got Callista. So what I want you guys to do is you three go ahead and give yourself a point of DM inspiration back for next week. Okay?
Oh, hey.
All right. And then what we'll do is I will try to, hoping that we can get some viewers for next time that can jump in here, and I'd love for the viewer decision to be a viewer giving out inspiration by the break next week.
Yeah.
So if we can build up some of that, we can give out viewer inspiration that can be used during the sessions as well. But we've got to reel in some people to watch us live.
Yeah, so keep in mind, if you're watching this as a recording, if
You cut out.
cut out on us.
Matt, we lost you.
No, Matthew. You were in the middle of saying something important. No.
Keep in mind, we love you and respect you, and you're a beautiful person.
Yeah, but thank you all for tuning in. Whether you're watching this live here on Twitch, or if you're watching this after it's being posted on YouTube, we will be back on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah.
if you are watching it on demand, make sure to come in Thursday, because your vote can have an impact on the next episode.
Absolutely, it will, and that's what we want to have here with this Twitch environment, is to have an interactive environment where you, the viewer, get to tune in, get to play a pivotal role in what happens to our wonderful adventurers and what they come across. Sometimes it'll be good, sometimes it'll be bad. We have no idea, but that depends on you guys. So, does anybody have any announcements or anything to throw up before we go off live tonight?
Well, just to pass on other people who, of our subscribers who may be watching this, or people watching on YouTube or on demand, for those who didn't know, the Curse of Strahd campaign that runs on Tuesday has been running into issues with players not able to make the sessions anymore. 2 of them actually dropped out permanently. So that campaign has been closed officially.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes open in the near future. There's some new modules coming our way in the near that Wizards has announced. So keep your ears open. Once those new things become available, you may be seeing some new stuff popping up on this channel to fill the void that was left.
Ooh, and if you tune in next week, we may give you a little bit of a tidbit of what that new module might be, if you don't already know. But I'm excited about that too, and like to, we're gonna try to stream that right on Tuesdays again, right, Matthew?
Yeah, no, it'll be running on Mondays.
Oh, we're gonna run it on Mondays. Okay,
Yeah.
Excellent. That'll be
Because
fantastic.
some players who've expressed an interest stated once we get this going back up, it'll probably jump into Monday evenings.
Excellent. What I'll do in the meantime is I will rebroadcast Storm King's Thunder episodes on Tuesday, since we've been kind of advertising Tuesday. So I'm going to rebroadcast this episode 2, not only on Sunday night, but I'll rebroadcast it on Tuesday as well. So if anybody missed it, or if they want to watch it again, it will be on the Twitch channel then. Cool. Anybody else have any
just
announcements?
quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I do actually.
All right.
So when we reach a certain amount of followers, not sure what that number will be, maybe 75, maybe 100. Really depends how fast we can get there. But I will be opening up a poll for all our followers and subscribers. Pretty much, look, I like defacing my body, so you guys are going to be choosing my next tattoo for me, something D&D related, and I want you to have a say in that.
So you all have to subscribe now.
Yes.
You have to.
Please, because
so-
have to.
I want to vote. I want to vote so bad.
I would also like to vote.
Yes.
It'll be anything.
This big
I
boy.
Gum on your butt.
I have no quarrels about it. It's fine.
It
You get to
should
pick what
be
it is.
it should be a big heart that says "I love Gum Gum" on it.
It is out, open to the public. Yes, I will do anything. It's fine.
Oh my god, yes. That's amazing.
Sweet.
You have to subscribe now. You have to subscribe.
Yeah. Let's set the number at
I'll
75,
probably
and what
put
we'll
a
do.
little,
What we'll do also, if we get 75 followers with that, is we'll throw a party on that next episode. So we'll all go out and get birthday party hats, and we'll wear those live for the episode. If you guys are cool with that,
I'm down.
Yeah.
we'll be.
I missed
Heck
it.
yeah, heck yeah.
Oh,
my what was it?
Oh, I was saying, once we hit 75 followers and JJ puts that poll out for his tattoo, we'll also have a just like a party where we all wear party hats to our stream the very next time. And if you want, you can
Okay.
get like little noise makers and confetti that you can throw.
Oh my god.
Whatever you want to do. All right,
Yes.
we'll make it
Get
fun.
champagne.
There you go.
Pop it.
Yeah, bubbly.
I can't buy that because I'm under the age of 21.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'll get confetti cannons and just blast myself on the side of the head, and then my wife will yell at me, so that probably won't happen because she won't let me have a confetti cannon in the house.
I'll also be recording most of the painful parts of the tattoo, so you can see me cry if you want.
Nice.
Where are you gonna
That's
get
what,
them?
Oh.
get you off.
You're not
but
gonna do
no.
like a Mike Tyson, get it on your face, are you?
Oh
Oh,
god.
I mean, if that's what
Big
they
boy
want.
loves gum right across the forehead.
Big boy loves gum gum.
No, there are some
Who
reasons.
are
where-
we?
Yeah. So funny. Well, awesome. Well, thank you guys once again for tuning in. We're going to get ready and go off air, but remember, tune in next Thursday at 8 p.m. to catch episode 3 here on Proficiency Bonus of Storm King's Thunder. Cast, let everybody know you love them and say goodbye, and we'll be off air.
Love
So-
you. Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you
We'll see
guys
you next
so
week,
much.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
You guys go right.
Keep coming back, or I'll sick Moby on you.